And I look like a shadowy person. Goddamn. Unsupported resolution. Interesting. Interesting. But check it on my phone just to make sure. Because it's telling me stream health is horrible. Doesn't even say data is active. Hold up. Let's just do this the easy way, shall we? Let's go to the thing. Go to the channel. Yeah, it's fucking fine. YouTube lied to me! Like always. Okay, let me go turn the lights on and get a little bit less drabby here. Okay. Now I just gotta tweet out the thing, tweet out the chat. We can get underway with our wellness check. Pop open web recorder and get her thing up. Go over here. Alright, got that going. Back over to the dashboard. And why does that not allow me to do the thing? I just want to tweet it out. Where's the link to tweet it out? Ah, here we go. I'm blind. I'm blind. I thought I could change this title. Yeah, change this fucking title. Why does it not say ZombiiUnicorn wellness check? The fuck? Did it not change the title? Should I add a thumbnail? Ah, yes I would. Yes I should. I found the perfect one. I found the perfect one. Yes, that's right. Forgot that I got it exactly for this purpose. Please, don't be afraid to type in the chat. This is probably one of the few cases where you probably should. Otherwise, I will not know what to say to you. I'm gonna let things run over. Give it time for people to come in. Where is it? Where is it? It was just at the top of the profile. Oh no, it's not done loading. Have you ever had that moment? Have you ever had that moment where you look into your picture folder and you literally can't see all of your pictures because it has to load them all? That's what I'm feeling right now. I literally have so many memes that it just can't handle it. It just can't handle it. All right. Now, the real question is, which one do I give? Do I go with Karen Gillian? No, that's not Karen Gillian, but should I go with Exasperated Sigh? Or should I go with You Don't Inspire Joy? I think I'm going to go with Don't Inspire Joy. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, it looks good? Alright, cool. Cool. Okay. I updated the thumbnail. It's telling me that the stream is now okay. People could be experiencing minor issues, but hopefully it's not that big a deal. Marie Kondo is classy. Yeah. Thing that's wonderful about Marie Kondo is that the meme works. It works so good. And it works so good because the person that we're dealing with does not inspire joy. So far we are what? How many days and hours has it been since the Keem post? As I blink, I'm still getting notifications of people coming across it. Yeah. People still commenting on it. July 25th. Today is the 6th. So it's been fairly 24 hours since. Keem hasn't contacted me for any additional information, which, if I were a listener, I would be worried about that if he was using me, as some people have decided to try and tell me. But it's like, you understand, he's gonna report on the news anyways. I put it out there for him and anyone to report on, looking for attention or not. The story is important, because if I don't say anything, then nobody would ever know. People could expect, but now that they have the information in hand, they can say, hey, this exists. Well, can you really talk shit at that point? Can you say that I don't exist? Because that's what she likes to do. She likes to look out into the distance and say, all of these people out there, all of those men and women, it's only men that are harassing me, and all of them are wrong. It's so shit. It's so fucking shit. Let's see here. Tweeted out the message. We've gone from 1 to 2. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Settle yourself in. We're going to be having ourselves a wonderful evening tonight. Okay, go check my profile again. Literally every time I look at this number, the follower number just keeps climbing. It is hard for me to wrap around the fact in my head that we went from 487, rocketed from 500, rocketed through 700, rocketed through 600, and we're already on the way to 800. There are that many people who are at least willing to put in the effort, go through the profile, go click follow, and leave a message, maybe even throw out a like. There's that many people who are willing to look at this and say, you know what? That guy, I might not know who he is, but god damn it, I stan. It is impressive that there's that many people. What happens from here, I can't really say. Because until I see articles come out about me, I won't really know. Because you see, there's plenty of people who were talking shit about me, There was plenty of subtweets that either used my handle or tried to use my name. But until I actually see a in-the-hand article and somebody either tweet it at me or I discover it on my own, I won't really know exactly the splash that this had outside of Natalie herself. Because her doing what she did yesterday, to go out of the fucking pocket and out of hand, to just manually block every single person, it's signaling that this is obviously getting to you. Because if it doesn't, why would you block? It makes no sense to understandably block me. If you think that I wouldn't go and find a way to look at your posts on your profile, of course you could be able to keep saying what you're saying. And that's technically what she did. But you're at the point now where people are asking you questions and you're blocking them. Is it that serious? Because that doesn't make sense. If I'm supposed to just be a troll, if I'm supposed to be somebody who's irrelevant, why would you talk about something that's relevant? Because that means, at this point, I've actually sparked a conversation. It's amazing. The body paint is soaking into her brain, soaked into her chest, but they're either fake or fact. Well, if you're talking about her testicles, I am sorry to inform you, but no, those are real. If you look at her when she's sitting in her chair on stream, if you look at her when she's wearing those low-cut t-shirts, the camisoles, and the shit, and her robe when she's doing her body painting, no, her F-cups were real. There are other women who have judged this and have declared that they were real. I, being a man, can look at them and I can tell that they're real. The problem is that she's just getting older. Her body isn't as elastic as it used to be, and that's just time. That's just time. Can't really blame anything on that. There is no surgery for that, because if you fuck with it, it's just gonna look worse. But let's jump right in and hope we have more people come along. All right, let us go. Hold on. Got to do the thing. Window capture. There we go. Alright, so let's take a look at what she's saying and doing. Do capture. And let's jump right into it. Let's go down, let's go down, let's go down, let's go down. Let's go all the way down. Let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back. Right? Because I know she said some other shit. But let's go all the way back. Let's see here. Where is it? 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 Where is this bullshit? Where is this bullshit that you said? Oh, where is... Also, by the way, while we're here, while we are here, you bring that up. Can we copy strike his Google bot? You can't copy strike the Google web crawler. You just can't stop me from using the entire spoofer. That's the reason why I have the spoofer. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna pull a Vox and try and ban all archive formats? Because if you do, you're a clown. You can't do that. You can't get mad that somebody took evidence of you. And while we're talking about evidence, this is the person who says, I don't sexualize myself. But even in basic pictures, Although, a normal person looking at this, if they weren't a streamer, if they weren't a content creator, they would look at this and say, well, what's the problem, Carl? I think you're just jumping at shadows. No. This woman understands what she is, who she is. She understands that she's a woman. She understands that to be a streamer, a female streamer, doesn't just come with the same barricades and the same, what's the word I'm looking for? Hurdles. The same hurdles that it would come with for a male streamer. Shop shit. This photo. This is very obviously a staged photo, you know? Someone else is working the camera, someone took the picture for her. Perfect lighting, perfect hair, perfect makeup, perfect everything, perfect aesthetic. Who cares? But that's not what I see when I look at this picture. I see airbrushed and styled. I see, let me move my mic closer actually, make sure I capture my voice better. I see a stylized photo. This is the first photo that any media manager is going to look at. And they're going to say, Because the thing that a woman has to do on Twitter and on Twitch, and just in general, if they're a marketing figure, they have to have a style. It's just, you look at this, and the first assumption that you make is probably the higher propensity you're going to walk away with. If a woman looks at this, they're going to say, oh my god, she's so cute. If a red-blooded male looks at this, they're going to say, I slap. And just to prove that, by the way, while I'm on that subject matter, because some people, if they watch the VOD and they see me going through this, they're going to say, oh my god, why would you say that? That's not how people act. No, people act like that. Right here, right here. This man right here is thirsty for it. Like, when I saw this, when I took a moment on my lunch break to go through Twitter and to go through the comments recently, because I had like 258 notifications. I went through it. I went down the screen, and I started looking at all the comments that had been sent and had been made. Plenty of people saying, oh my god, look at this guy's looks. Oh my god, you need to clean your room. All blase, all that bullshit. But when I came across this, I'm like, yep, this shit right here, she's going to try and use. If I put myself in the shoes of a Stan, if I were one of her pay pigs, if I was one of her tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 subs, if I was like them, I would see this and say, oh my god, this is exactly what he wanted. Look at them. Look at these misogynists. That's what I would think. Because this conversation doesn't just end here, right? Because Jay Jackson lets them know. He let them know, dog. He lets them know. Don't do it. And he's still like, you know what? Nah. I need it. I want it. I like her, and I want her. That's what he says. To the point where he's telling them, listen, it's not worth it. And he's still going for it. He's going to the point. He is going there. He's wildin'. This man is wildin'. To the point that he even posts the memes. He even posts the meme on the other post saying, come on, man. I just need it. I want it. Please, just a crumb. Just a piece of pussy. It's ridiculous that this happens. But it's the internet. You know? It's the internet. People who bitch about tidy, clean is something else. You actually have trash everywhere. Zeros and error effort streams or even pan for a second papers. Well, yes. I mean, I have done several videos yesterday responding at a couple of those people. I showed them the state of the room. I showed them that there's water damage in here. There's a giant puddle extending from the front of my door around in a radius to where if I stretch out my feet, I touch wet carpet. And it's slowly approaching closer and closer to my bed. There is a hamper over in the corner that's sitting on top of a storage container that has all of my clothes in it.
If I were to have already taken out all the clothes that is in that storage container and put the clothes that are currently in the corner of the room where my shoe is, if I was to show on the camera in the corner of the shoe, or in the corner of the room where I keep my shoes, the clothes that are currently sitting on top of the shoes to keep them from getting wet, the floor would be fine. The bed would be fine. The only reason it looked messy was because I never fixed my bed. Because I only sleep in my bed. I don't fix my bed because the bed is the bed. It's there for one purpose. It's not there to look good. Who am I trying to impress? Myself? I don't bring people here. I haven't had house guests over. And even then, I'm not a untidy person. The things that were in the closet that was getting wet, that the ones that aren't already in the bags that I have right there, right that I'm looking at right now in there, those things have nothing messing with them. So I don't know what they mean by it's not clean. Now it goes even further beyond that. We have people telling me, "Oh, you look ugly. Ah, he looks slovenly. Why does he look like why does he look like he's nasty? This man, this tramp." And I gotta show that shit on stream too, because there are gonna be people saying, "No, that never happened." Oh, yes, the fuck it did. Yes, the fuck it did. People said that shit to my face. They said that shit to my face and they repeated it. You mean Nani? Lisa Nani? La artist? I think she does. Yes, it was black shaming. I was slightly a little bit mad. Mainly because it was the most ridiculous bullshit I had ever fucking seen. Let's go here. Let's go. Let's find it. Let's see here. Let's start off with this. A person telling me, "Bruh, who the fuck are you?" in tweet form. Another one telling me, "Nigga, who?" Another one telling me, this guy, this kid, he's trying way too hard. Please bring your attention to the profile pic. Zombie? I'm pretty sure she does. I'm pretty sure she streams from her bedroom. If she doesn't stream from her bedroom, she streams from the section of the bedroom that's the workspace. This bedroom is not a very big place. Like, if I was to move this bedstand, this nightstand, if I was to move it a little bit closer this way, there would be enough room where my bed frame is, because this technically was supposed to come with the bed frame. Right there. Those wooden slats, those things are supposed to go on a mounted bed frame. If I was to move this nightstand where it is over, and then take that shit out and put it on the side of the street so that they could take care of it, because I don't need it, I would have enough room for a desk, for a chair, and then for 2 monitors. So I'd have room for a workspace, especially if I put it like the corner of the room. But I don't really want it in the corner. I want it to be right on top of and directly on top of the outlet. Because there are 2 outlets, and there are technically 3. There are 3 outlets. There's one outlet over here, and there is another outlet right here on this wall that you can probably see on camera if I turn it back the way I had it. There you go. Should fix that. You should be able to see it right here. Move the bed back. Got one right there. And then there's another one right here where all of my wires are. And the reason that all of the wires are coming out of that one is because I'm using surge protectors. And I'm using surge protectors because of the fact that this is the only outlet in the wall, in the room, that has a 3-prong jack system. And I would be beyond hella stupid to let myself ruin my tech putting them just in the wall. So, going down the line, we got shit like that. We got those posts, which I archived. We've got this post from this guy. This man went on to then block me because we roasted him. Actually, that's technically not a diet of worms, if you believe me. That is actually not, that's not actually That's not actually 1791. That is actually a poster from a friend who is also a musician, and his name is Brandon Lackey. He goes by the Amazing Brando. He made that poster as part of his marketing, and if you actually let me take it down so I can show you. Let me take it down so I can show you, folks. This is a poster from my friend Brandon. And let me tell you the story. I know. I actually have gotten somebody who was watching my streams and DM'd me saying, "Oh my fucking god, you're a racist. I hate you." Because they didn't know that this was a meme sign. I gotta explain. You gotta know the story because it's funny as hell. It's probably one of the most embarrassing stories about my life as a gamer. And I want to tell it because it's actually important. Okay, so when I first became a fan of, nerdcore music, the kind of music that you'd expect from somebody like Brent Black, otherwise known as Brentalfloss, the New York-based musician who makes all of those video game songs. He was one of the many kinds of acts that would go around from gaming convention to gaming convention. And along with that was a dual act, which was Brandon Lackey and his former best friend, Dwayne Zlawala. And they together were known as the Adventures of Dwayne and Brando. Now, they were both separate individual artists. Dwayne made what he called unrap, and Brandon made what he called unrock. And they brought this fusion of music together, and they made wonderful music. Now, technically, it's a little bit dated, to be honest. It's an effect of its time, but he is friends with Leo Zombie, otherwise recognized as Leo Camacho, who basically has gone on and has become a greater star in an image on his own, but he was friends with them. And during this time period, I was still a little bit of a cringy fucking edgelord. So one day, while I'm hanging out in chat with them, and we're talking, I go on to brag about a stream that I had done. I was playing a whole bunch of classic Sonic games, because I was trying to practice speedrunning, and I was getting good. So I deigned to fucking brag and say, haha, man, I'm so good at games. And so they hit me up with a challenge, and they said, hey, Carl, you can't talk shit until you play Battletoads. And me, being a fucking zoomer, didn't know what Battletoads was. I knew that it was an NES game, but I thought that they were talking about the arcade edition. I didn't know they were talking about the NES port. Now, if you know what Battletoads is and what it feels like to play, you know where this story's going. So, they challenged me to complete the game and to either live stream it or record evidence of me playing through it and beating it in a single sitting. Couldn't pause, couldn't use an emulator, and if I had to use an emulator, I had to do it with no edits, no save states, no nothing. I had to do it from start to finish, and I had to have physical proof of it. I couldn't fucking do it. I tried. I fucking tried over and over and over again. Well, no. When it comes to Battletoads, yes, there is a port. There are multiple versions of Battletoads. You have the arcade edition, you have Double Dragon and Battletoads, and then you have the NES Battletoads. NES Battletoads and arcade Battletoads are equally difficult. But NES, still, even if you play it and you understand how the game works, still fucking hard. It's not that hard, if you did like I had to, which was work your way up to actually beating it. Because I started, when I first started my channel, I started out as, a casual Let's Player. Playing the game because I wanted to experience the games of my youth. Because, I have hand-me-down consoles. There's a fucking perfectly packed with its cords, with the game still in it, Genesis Sonic 2-pack in my fucking closet. Let me go get it for you right now. Let me show you. This baby. I got this baby for fucking Christmas of '96 as a hand-me-down from my brother. It still has everything in it. I've used it, put it back, taken it out, everything. And I have an NES that's like it too. And an SNES, and all the other retro consoles. Let me go put this back. Through the majority of my childhood, especially during my parents' second divorce, don't ask, all I had was video games. So my stupid ass, playing modern gaming, thought that I was hot shit. Because, you know, shit's not hard. You can just, you know, every game had a fucking save point system. You can just save scum. You fuck up on something, start it over again. Keep doing it over and over again until you get good at it. That's what I knew. That's what I got to do. But when I played Battletoads for the first time, the game bent me over and made me its bitch. And I couldn't fucking handle it. My worldview had been shattered completely. And so, since I couldn't beat the game, I lost privileges. I couldn't talk about gaming in the chat anymore. And it tore me up on the inside for a very long time. And so, if you go in my channel, and you actually look on my channel, you can see... Oh, that's not it. If you look on my channel... How's that video? Come on. Where's the button to go back? There we go. So if you go to my channel and you go down, you will see here a couple of live streams. We have one that's incomplete, which was Crystallis. This was when I went back to college. And then Ghosts and Goblins, Battletoads, Mega Man 3, and Mega Man 2. From 2009 to 2012, I was in high school. So, this would be right after I graduated that I sat down for 2 nights. And I set up, and I did not leave my room for 16 hours. I played the game about 200 times. And this was with an emulator at the time. But I did the final run doing a live recording of my screen. And then taking my footage. And then making, you know, these like achievements. You know, it was like a badge of honor that I put on myself. Because if you look here on this frame right here, you can see that there's this dumbass animation that I made.
Hey everybody, I'm Ryan, and welcome back.
And also,
we're in the Turtle Tunnel.
That's fucking me. That's my voice back then. Fuck the little baby edgelord. But let me go to where it is. Right there.
And here's the dreaded.
Like, I was doing editing to make it look good and shit. You know, I was trying to be a little creative and whatnot. This is what ended up getting me into making shit. But, right, so back to this. I made the fucking playthrough. I posted, right? And Brandon was so impressed that he said, you know what? You're alright, kid. And after that, even though I got it back, never fucking talking about video games again. I didn't feel the need to brag because, you know, somebody had seen what I'd done. So it put the thought in my fucking head, wouldn't it be fun if I could do this live? Never got to really act on it because this is when then shit started happening. But years fucking down the line, I think actually last year. Yeah, last year. It comes up in Discord that he's sending out these posters. And I asked him on Facebook, hey, on my order for my poster, can you put a heartfelt message on my sign? And right there, in silver marker, you can see where he says that I have redeemed myself with his signature. This is probably one of my most prized possessions. Because every time I look at this poster, it reminds me of humility. And teaches me not to think too proudly of myself. Same reason why I have on my wall of accomplishments, you could call it. I have a fucking $2 bill, a ticket to a local league ice hockey game, and then a ticket on the date that I went after I finally dumped my toxic fucking ex and tried to meet someone new. They mean something to me. So I put them up to remind me. Some people, when they look at that later, they're probably not going to fucking care. But I fucking care. So that's why that hangs there in the picture frame. Because I want it to always be visible. But let's get back to the thing. What was I even fucking saying? Oh, I remember what I was saying. So, back to this woman. Because I am a streamer, and because of the diatribe I just went on, the number one thing that streamers are going to look at when they look at someone who is a streamer too, is they're going to ask themselves, what is this person's personality? What are they like on mic? How do they talk to people? Are they comfortable? Do they know what they're saying? Are they illiterate? Do they badger? Do they prattle on? Blase, blase, blase. But the most important thing that they're going to look at is, how does this person carry themselves? What version of themselves do they show off to the internet? In both her icon here. Actually, no, let me just... Yeah, there we go. Right here. First thing you're going to see on her page. You're going to see her happy, smiling, tattoos, whole bunch of bullshit, right? Firmly polished background of a banner with her icon, branding, her on camera being herself. And then compare that with me. Well, we'll get back to this in a bit, but let me go find my shit. But then come to me. I'm not using a picture of myself. And even though it's literally there for reasons other than actually telling people what I identify myself as, I have it and this one in the positions of where the gender pronouns go, right? And my banner is a picture of something that I've recently watched. Specifically a scene with a very specifically edited and displayed cut. So, I'm not using a picture of myself. In terms of streaming and for branding, that's fine. Because there are streamers and YouTubers that have profile pictures that aren't of themselves. Doesn't mean anything. The meme themselves that they use as a profile picture might mean something, because people might recognize that and see that that person is that person. But that doesn't fucking matter in the long run. That's not what they're looking for. What a person who can actively look at this and sees what I say about myself the same way that she says what she says about herself in her profile. Partner gaming, beauty, lifestyle, vegan, partner streamer, content creator, voice actress, and host. Co-host of a program that has an account. And if you want to get in touch with her management, this is the person who manages her, along with her business email, her website, and where you can go to view her recent broadcasts on Periscope. Look at my profile. Is there anything different to that? Actor, writer, streamer, comedian, YouTuber. Retweets are not endorsements. Some bullshit. And then my business emails that I actually look at. Between the two of us, there is not actually anything different there. Because it gives the exact same information. You know what my interests are. You know what my focuses are. You know what her interests are. You know what her focuses are. So that's just taken care of. Next thing you look at is you actually look at what she displays as media pictures. And what are most female streamers known to do? They're going to post pictures of themselves. That's the correct answer to do if you're a female streamer. Because the other thing that people are going to look at is the unconscious sex appeal. And that has something to do with just people, right? It's kind of like the concept of the Matrix. People rejected it because it was too believable. If you were to ask yourself, which of these two people, between myself and her, seems more jacked into a culture, and who seems like they're presenting a false representation of who they are, it's very obvious between the two of ourselves who is and who isn't. If there are some people who would say, well, that's a false equivalency. Of course you're going to be more favorable to yourself. Well, let's compare that to someone else who's a content creator. Let's compare that to PewDiePie. PewDiePie has literally, by the actions of people using bullshit against them, has said, you know what? I'm going to take away all the following accounts that I have, and I'm just going to follow Burn the Stage, I'm going to follow Elon Musk, and I'm going to follow Dr. Phil. And then he has a meme of himself and a meme of his graphic design that he uses for his merchandise. He has a meme of his milestone collection, which is tied to his artwork. And then we see here a whole bunch of fucking memes that literally exist because he chose to make memes and he chose to share memes. This person's interacting with content. This person's interacting with the community. This person's interacting with ideas. This person's interacting with shit. And he's retweeting things. He's clearly focusing on stuff. And he's clearly talking about it. So, this person is actively having a hands-on effect. And this person, well, they're just projecting something of themselves. They're not really showing off anything else that doesn't have any interest to them. So we can tell what kind of personality this person has and what they're likely to do as a business personality. That's not saying that PewDiePie couldn't be selfish. You know, that's not saying that his soon-to-be wife couldn't be selfish. But the point I'm making is just from one image, with a business mind, from one image, I learn everything I need to know about what this person's focuses are, what the goals are, and how they actually look at the world. Going back to this, and with that picture itself. Yeah, getting stuck on her face. Actually, it's on this one here. Going back to this picture itself. Everything that I need to know about this is that this picture says one thing. And it says, look at me. That's all it needs to do, and that's all it has to say, is look at me. You don't have to see anything. You don't even have to see everything. All you have to see is her. this is how I am. Quite literally, it's like, it's the equivalent of looking at a person and standing in a storefront window and just posing. Posing and just holding that pose. Knowing that you're being watched. And holding it. You know, hitting a couple of positions, a couple of poses, a couple of cute styles. And you can obviously see that that is reflected in pictures that she has. Like, let's go up and just look at the ones that we passed by. We've got images of her looking out in an image. We've got her saying, look, I'm cute. Fucking sue me. What am I supposed to do while being so fucking adorable? Yeah, look at me and my fucking dog, guys. Look, come on, guys. Look at my dog. Look at this gif of me being silly and shit. Oh, look at me looking at other things. Guys, man, I so totally hate my hair. Doesn't it hurt? This is planned. It's planned. It's planned. It's planned, and it's obvious that it's planned. As obvious as it is what she's saying. Because the shit doesn't make sense when you add it up. And that's why we're gonna go look at this in its live setting. These are her words. Not faked. Not fabricated. None of that. Nothing. For all of what we know, and for all the shit that we see, we know for a fact that this version of her, guys, I'm so relatable. Like, this is me in my natural element. There's nothing fake about this. It's a fucking lie. Because anybody can present an object of that. I choose not to do that because I don't feel real if I did that. That's the same thing as doing fake positivity. That'd make you want to hurt yourself. Because you can't be fake like that and hope that it works out. That's the same reason why I recorded the video in a fucking tank top. And why even now, after being harangued and harassed about my fashion choices, I choose to wear a better fitting tank top and a fucking parka. Because this is me. This is my style. Even now as I speak, this is how I speak. When I'm not being formal, when I'm being open, that's how I am. The two differences are night and fucking day. So, now that we covered that, let's go to the parts where she defames me. If we can even find it. What was it? Fucking June 23rd? Let's see here. The first ones probably have been deleted. If we're being fair. Here we go. So, the only one that's left behind is this one. I think she's deleted the other one. The one where she replies back saying some extra shit. So, let's start off here, right? Because I covered this, but let's go back over it, just to be thorough. Here, we see the beginning of the lies, right? Let's go through the comments. First, start with the post. This is signaling. This is virtue signaling. This is her trying to say, dude, this is totally not true. This is totally not real. Notice that the fact she doesn't put anything on the fucking screen. This is totally not real, guys. This guy is fake as fuck. And here's me trying to give evidence of how to prove it. This isn't real. This person's just mad online. He's mad at my mentions. The fact that she uses a GIF with this too signals what she's trying to do. She's trying to be sassy. She's trying to punch back against those man children. But at the same time, you go down, you look at the comments. You can clearly see the effect that this post was supposed to have. This was supposed to bring people to come support her. Come make her feel special. And come do everything possible to protect her from the mean, mad misogynist. The reason why this is obvious bullshit is because if we are to believe that this is her raw reaction, that's fucking lie. Because this is a planned statement that's put together and pieced together. This is her real personality. Right there for everyone to see. she's playing off of someone else after putting out a false bravado. And then she's building off of other people so that she's not starting off from a attack position. She's instead being allowed to sidle in. She can be able to play it off and say, well, I was just saying how I felt, and I felt like being mean and rude because they made me feel bad. Harumph. Right? And then after this, after she posts this, I reply to this person. And that was later on in the fucking night, right? Because remember, she says, huh, you bringing up pictures of my body has nothing to do with disproving me. So let's go to the archive. Let's go to the archive and let's show the play-by-play, shall we? So, going off the archive, we go all the way down to where I reply to this guy. This was at July 3rd, 11:49. He posted, if it'll let me zoom in on him. It will not let me zoom in on him. Poop. Actually, no, let me do it through here. Let me do it through here. He posts this at 10:42. And I write my reply at 11:49 after she had blocked and after she had started talking shit behind the block. And he says, oh my god, he thinks that pictures of you body painting is evidence? No, I think the evidence is fucking evidence. So, I tell him, what about the fucking history? What about the backlog? What about the fact that this shit's been out there since 2008? And her doing this, or at least it being proved that she was doing it, all the way back since 2017. And how about all the other accounts? How about the account from the dancer, Mary? How about the account from Siren Cove? How about Siren Cove saying that she was in fact getting copyright strikes from Machinima on behalf of her? What about other people talking about it? What about her being called out before with archives and logs of the proof that she did it? And this still exists inside of his video. So she didn't even succeed at taking him down and removing it from the internet, because this lives forever. How about all of the proof that had been also archived and now lives on Kotaku in Action? And that's an archived post, so that's not going away. How about the fact that she on fucking stream, on fucking camera, on goddamn profile, says that she will intentionally DMCA you? And then other people talking about her having done so, who took the original screenshot in April fucking 12th. If it's wrong for me to talk about it and to expose it, well then, clearly she's done this to other people before, right? Because if this is how she behaves, then it must be a history, because she's doing what she knows works, or what she thinks will work. Because let's put ourselves in her position, guys, right? Let's put ourselves in her position, and let's walk away with this argument the way that she explains it, right? If I were her, and I was put in a position where someone came out against me and said, this person has harassed me, they have belittled my life experience, and I feel that I cannot be a person on Twitter.com. If a person was to do that to me, and if it was a man or a woman, do you know what my first reaction would be? Because it wouldn't be what she did. Because what she did, if we go back and look at it, because remember, all of this evidence exists. This man denies this shit happened, but never fucking looked into what I had to fucking say. And he never fucking replied either. Anyways, also, hello. Hi, Unicorn Cast. How are you? I'm still hot. I have the AC on, but I can still feel the heat coming off my body. Or maybe I'm just getting upset and angry, because going over the logic of these people pisses me off something fierce, and I need to talk about it. Right? Let's go all the way by. Let's go all the way up, right? the timeline as it stands, if we work with her mind, if I am pretending that I am big boy streamer Carl, and I'm being harassed by small community creator Natalie, or small community creator Nathan, if I put myself in her position, right? Let's say where I say these things, it's her saying these things. If she was to say, look, this person, this man, he's known for baiting people on stream and flirting with his viewers. He will outright do everything possible and he makes softcore porn. I would not then immediately say, I literally do nothing of the sort and I'm never sexually engaging whatsoever on my stream. Please wake the fuck up and leave me alone. This is so fucking pathetic and obnoxious at this point. Jesus fucking Christ. I would never make that goddamn post. And I'm not saying that with my brain from being an actual digital forensic expert. I'm saying that from the basis of common fucking sense. Step 1, to defend yourself. If there is no legitimate anything to go along with it, right? If we don't have people who then immediately have pictures of you doing the very thing I accuse you of, in response to you doing the dumb shit that I'm accusing you of, then you wouldn't respond. Because if somebody says, you stole money from me here at 9:55 p.m. from my bank account. They saw you enter the bank and leave the bank. We caught you, sir. Would your first reply be to say, no, I fucking didn't? Some people might. But if you're smart, you would say, no, I couldn't have. Because here's where I was at that time on this specific date. That's why I took the archives. Because you see, if we see a post like this, because she went on to delete this, right? Because all this happened on the 23rd. If I show this, and if I were her, if I saw someone say this shit, I would say, no, in the history of my streams, I have never once flirted with my fans. There has never been any proof. When I was pressed on submitting an apology of the thing that they accused me of, and every single time I ignored this, the person would then go on to be exposed, and I never interacted with them, and I never told any of my fan base to hound them or harass them, and nobody ever heard it publicly. I never said a single word. I never made a single statement. This is false. I would say it politely. I would say it to wash my hands of it, and then it goes into the fucking box. Which is to say, the person who's making those accusations, I would screen cap it, I would archive it, I would block them. Because that's what a smart person does, right? A smart person who understands their brand is under attack would not allow themselves to be attacked like this. That's why when I am attacked like this, I'm taking pictures of those communications, and I am then displaying them. So when people say, oh, this person, he just wanted clout. Look at him. Look at what he's doing. I'm gonna say no. No, I just wanted to tell my fucking story. I wanted to tell people that this is what's going on. This is how this person behaves, and this is how this person acts. And here's all of the people who support them and how they choose to attack me. That's what I did. That's what I'm going to continue to do. Because that's what a smart person does. If you're being harassed, you show evidence of it. If anybody ever accuses you, you show evidence of it. That's the smart thing to do. So, working from this timeline, if we put myself in her shoes and her in mine, would it be smart for me to say this and then go on to deny something that that person then immediately follows up with evidence and proof of? Because that's what I do, right? I tell her, no, this is bullshit, because here's proof that people search your name, right? Because this is what she claims is her proof that, oh, this person went out of his way to do this. This man, he wanted to make up some bullshit. No, the point is that people know who you are. People go to your Twitter, they go to your Twitch, they go to Reddit, they go to the E3 mentions of the harassment that you sent to the dancers. They go to ZombiiUnicorn Cake, and then inside of those search, we have your body painting, which looks straight hella ass. That's neither here nor there. That's just my personal opinion. of her art. We have the Daphne, and then we have the Bowsette. And then we have all the other examples of all the other live streams, right? You've got the Daphne ones, where you can obviously see that she started off with painting her breasts for the obviousness of making it more titillating. Pun not intended for the audience. You have the snow cone stream. You have the blue angry bird stream. You have the Bowsette stream. You have the cotton candy ice cream stream. All of these things exist. All of them are out there. And then you see, you have screen caps of Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan talked about this. And there was one of these with Keemstar in it. Or was that just the one where Keemstar was on the article by Dextrose? It might have just been him on the article by Dextrose. Because here is where I linked it. I linked it to this response. So she knows what the fuck that I mean. Yes, right here. Where Keemstar's on this. So this was technically his reply, his response and shit. Right? Because she would then go on to duel with Keemstar about this. So, showing the results is not unfair and it's not wrong, right? Because then she goes on to say, no, that's totally bullshit. This is just you making shit up. You are lying, sir. You wanted to look for something to be mad about. So then, if I then reply like this, and I say, no, you're fucking wrong, and here's why. And I show evidence that not only can I find the same thing... Let me put my phone on the charger before it dies. Right? If I go and I then use DuckDuckGo, an unsigned out version of Google, which is me actually using my bot. And Bing, what do we see in the results, everyone? ZombiiUnicorn Daphne. ZombiiUnicorn Bowsette. ZombiiUnicorn Instagram. ZombiiUnicorn Paint. ZombiiUnicorn Reddit. Twitter. Twitch. Age. E3. And my favorite one, Hypocrite. Does it hurt a lot or does it hurt a little? That's what I want to ask her. Did it hurt a lot or did it hurt a little for me to destroy that entire fucking argument in not just one, but 4 fucking images? While also then showing off that, no, there's no way that it could be searching it and there's no way it could be logging it. Because, ta-da, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know how technology works. Which, let's be fair. I don't expect a common person to understand how a user agent spoofer works, right? Because I only use this because of the fact that I do not like old Twitter. Or excuse me, I don't like new Twitters. And I would prefer using old Twitter's design. But it's not even the design that I care about. It's the functionality. I want the ability to use my moments. Because I use moments to document shit so that when people say, I never heard of that shit, I can say, here you go. Read all about it, motherfucker. Because it's easier to just prove it when the evidence is right there and I can put it in front of her face. You can't say it doesn't exist, because if it doesn't exist, then there wouldn't be tweets of it. Because that's how moments work. If you were to delete a post in a moment that was not archived, for example, if the reason I do the style of tweets and the style of retweets and the style of answering tweets that I do, taking a screenshot of the actual tweet itself and then replying to it, is because if someone deletes the original post that I reply to, then they can never go see what the person said. They lose context. And context is everything, unless you live in the UK. So, you need archives to prove that, no, I'm not just replying into the box of nothing. I said something to this effect from something else. The new version of Twitter allows you to see what a person says, even if they delete the original post, right? Because they can block you, but that doesn't stop other people from seeing it, so they have to erase it. But if you erase the tweet, the only thing I have to do is just hold you to your actions is take a picture of what you said. And the new version of Twitter allows for use of GIFs, videos, and pictures in replies. So now you can't pretend anymore. You can't say, no, that's not what I said, because there it is. And the spoofer helps with this, because now I'm crawling on the internet under a Google kernel. So Google can't stop me from finding the information. That's the most important part. That's the detail that actually matters for digital forensics. Because the thing that I'm going to look into, if I was looking into this to find out who sent what, when, where, and why, is I'm going to use a spoofer. I'm going to sit behind a mask and a firewall and a VPN, whatever I need to use, to go find the information. Because it might be blocked in another region, right? If somebody posts something in Japan, and Japan puts up a block wall around that content, it might not get outside the content. So it might be banned in the USA, or it might be banned in China. And I might live in China or Japan or whatever, or wherever the block is that it prevents me from seeing it. Kind of like what they did after Christchurch in New Zealand, when the government outright became a fucking dynasty and a dictatorship, telling people who they could do and what they couldn't do, with the New Zealand police demanding server information from Joshua Moon of Kiwi Farms. If they were to do something like that, all I have to do to see that information is to use a VPN. Use any other service that is not hosted and regulated by the government. And now, ta-da! Information. And even if we didn't have the spoofer, these two pictures alone with these two replies is all the evidence you need. Because if it's not a reasonable expectation that I look at the picture and I see what I'm looking for, well then, can you really say that it's not true? Because if it's wrong, then it shouldn't come up at all, right? There should be no mention of the thing. There should be no mention of picture. There should be no mention of the Daphne body paint. There should be no depiction of the Bowsette body paint. There should be no mention, and there should be no lookup for it at all, because that's not what she does, guys. Now, if we give the expectation for, search results, people searching the actual term itself, we can do this live. Let's do this live in reference to everything else, right? Let's open up a new tab. Let's go to Google. Let's find a way to look at the search terms. Or rather, the search query analysis. Search analysis is what I want. Analytics. There we go. If it even fucking has it. If I can even fucking do it. Is it in tools? Here we go. This should be it. Nope, not even there. That's not the one I'm looking for. Why is it not there? I'll get back to that in a second. First, let me catch up to chat, because I know you guys have been saying things, and I want to be able to read it back. Mariner says, why the fuck did she use a realistic redhead wig for Daphne when the paint is cartoon colors? As a person with experience in hair, wardrobe, and makeup, I would say she wanted to be accurate, right? She wanted to at least stay accurate to what it was. Looked horrible. Don't know why she did it. Honestly, would have told her not to, but she chose. She did what she did, and now it exists forever, and it's burned into my memory. But doesn't fucking matter now, does it? He also says that it never made much sense to me. Did it feel good, though? Carl 2019. I wouldn't say if it felt good, though. She probably thinks it's hilarious. Honestly, if I was her, I'd probably be fucking laughing my ass off right now like a madman. Because someone literally just ruined the course of my career just through 5 tweets. And Quadeca says true. I'm not sure what they're saying true to. They'll probably tell me when it comes up, but... you know, it is what it is. Let's see if I can actually fucking find the analytics on the search terms. Here we go. Google Trends. So, let's put in a term. Let's put in ZombiiUnicorn. That's not how you spell ZombiiUnicorn. That's how you spell ZombiiUnicorn. Right? Let's put in the search term. Right here, we can very clearly see we have spikes. Right? Look at the term, we have spikes, and let's look at the related topics, shall we? Streaming media, Twitch.tv, human body, body painting, visual art genre, and paint topic. That's not how you say genre, but... First 5 fucking terms. First 5 fucking terms is a breakout. And in majority areas of the United States, Arizona, Indiana, California, Maryland, Texas. Now, let's look at, say, let's look at paint topic. Paint topic in comparison to ZombiiUnicorn. Let's show that comparison. Well, now we're including the entirety of the entire West, right? With a sub-interest inside of these areas, we can see that the term itself has a very interesting connotation. Huh? Interesting, right? So let's add another. Let's add Daphne. And let's take out paint. Well, let me fucking do it that way. Hold on. Right? Put in uppercase Daphne. And then ZombiiUnicorn, right? Still have a high propensity track up between these two terms, with a very massive spike starting at September 30th, following all the way through until it hits a falling peak at October 28th. Let's cross-reference, shall we? Let's go to the article. When was this article written? September 10th, 2018. So, let's put in body painting and then put in criticism. Interesting, isn't it, what we see here? Assess the graph. Come to your own conclusions. But let me tell you what this graph does while you're thinking about it. Let's see here. Let's go to where the article is written, right? So let's cross-reference this date. September 10th, 2018. Stream. September 9th. Right about there. So, all the way back, on September 9th through the 15th, And between here and here, where the crescent actually begins to rise, because the information starts here, we can see that with somebody who says that they have had over, how many years in the industry she said she was in? 7? So, for 7, count 7 years, this person shows no interest in the last year of doing body painting, right? Never fucking existed. Never fucking happened. But in the last 12 months, we see a rising trend. The trend begins to crest, starting between July 29th, leading all the way up to August the 25th, rising even higher to the peak on September 1st. And then we see it come to plateau out and rise again. The date of the live stream. And it holds steady and continues to this data point. And then it falls. And then it rises again. But look at the connotation here, right? This is the highest point on the chart with Daphne. Really gets my almonds activated, if you know what I'm saying. So let's take out Daphne, shall we? Let's note the date on the chart, right? October 21st to October 2017. This is when the actual association of the term falls on the chart. And then big stack down again. So, let's take out Daphne. Actually, no, I can actually just add another term. So, let's add Velma. Oh. Who sees the same thing I see? Now, to be fair, I already know that she did a Velma body paint. But let's go into this. If you didn't know that she had also done another body paint of another Scooby-Doo character, let's go into this with clear eyes, right? September 9th is when she does that first live stream. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you, Mariner. I'm not gonna show you the picture of Bacon Girl. Because my fucking Christ, the way she drew Velma's shirt looks like a piece of bacon. F's in the chat. F's in the chat for Mariner's dreams. F in the chat, boys. Console and help him in these trying times. Preferably with an egg. I'm sorry. I had to do it to you. But let's get back to the point I'm making. So, let's look at the chart and let's look at the trend. All right? She announces or tells people in some way, one or another, that she's going to do a stream of body painting. People's anticipation rises. The stream comes, and the expectation continues to flow. And then it rises again. Because we see a connotation of information come out. Right? Fuck it, do it. You want me to show you? You want me to show you? You want me to hurt you? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? I don't think you want it. I'm asking for your permission. Do you want this to happen? Is this the future you want? Are you sure? Not gonna do it unless you tell me to. Fuck it, do it. Oh wait, still the same message. Let's give him some time, folks. Let's give him some time. Don't want to do it until he says do it again. We have to ask for consent before we torture our mutuals. I am a fair, Jester. While we wait on that, let's go back to this. So, the stream comes and goes. People write articles about it. But then the search term itself rises between October 14th and 20th. Let's look. Yes, Daddy? Okay, I'll show you after I look through this. But first, let me go look for this. So, let's put in ZombiiUnicorn Velma. It's okay, you have someone in real life. We can cry together, it's okay. Okay. So. May have to switch search engines because I'm not sure if it'll come up in the same way. I'm not sure. So let's look on Google. All right. Let's look at the data, guys. Look at the date. Look at the date that spikes. September 15th, 2018. What the fuck did I just say? So, all the way back here, right there, we see Velma begin to rise. Because if we look at Velma, it has a search association of 22, right? Daphne, and that picks up here. Rises alongside it. There. So she does the stream back here. Does the other stream over here. Excuse me, right here. So she does these streams back to back, included to each other. And because of that, it rises. I don't know how much easier I can make it for you guys. Like, let's make it even easier. Right? Let's take body painting completely out the search terms. Right? Let's take this term away. Still there. The association with the words is still there. Especially when you actually look at it. And then, related queries. Why on the stream do we have a breakout rating of 350%, a 200, and 170% rating of Daphne Blake age? How old is Daphne Blake? How old is Daphne? Daphne Scooby-Doo live action. How old is Daphne from Scooby-Doo? Now, if you don't know, allow me to tell you. On Twitter, there's a group of individuals who we call Art Edit Twitter. And these people go around harassing creators and artists by telling them that the artwork that they make is bad. One of those many reasons why they go around and harass people like this is that they will harass artists who draw characters who are either younger or older than their posted age. This is because most of the art some of these people may post, if they're legitimate artists, is legitimately not safe for work. That being said, these people will go and harass them about it, and will tell them, you're sexualizing a character. That character is a child. Or, you've made de-age this character into something that's rude and disgusting. You've turned her into a lolly. Lolly is porn. Etc., etc., etc. For these search terms to exist here as the top 5 results, followed by these, which is, what does Daphne say? Velma costume, and my personal favorite out of all of this, Velma/Daphne. Why is there an ant on my hand? The shit? For all of this to be here, has to be because someone went searching for something and found what they were looking for. And what they were looking for is that they found a stream where somebody was streaming and announced that they were streaming something that they were doing. Because let's go back here. Stream title, body paint, Velma, Jinkies, guys. And also to satisfy his tastes. There's the shirt, Mariner. There's the shirt. It looks better over here, but not by much. So, going back to this. Her argument here does not work. This is a lie. It was a lie when she said it, and she knew it was a lie. Because the association to the term is what I'm talking about. She went and she made a stream that brought people to come to her and brought attention to her and made her more famous by association to the thing she did. What did she do, everyone? She went out and brought attention to herself, and I was able to prove that people went into the stream, that she did the streams, and that it's what she's known for. It may not be all that she does. Let's give her that argument too. Let's try to give her everything that we can do to make her possibly have a defense here. It may not be all she does, but she is known for doing this. And she would then go on to have other body painting streams. We've seen the evidence of it. If your argument is, well, Carl, you went looking for it. No, I fucking didn't. Right here. If it would be a reasonable doubt that I go looking for her name and I'm like, oh, who's ZombiiUnicorn? And the first things that pop up is the paint, Twitter, Reddit, Twitch, her age, people asking about her fucking age, the Bowsette on Google, and then on Bing, bringing up the Daphne. Is it not reasonable for me to assume that if this person has this out there, that it wouldn't become a thing that's associated with her name? And then let's add on to the fact that at the bottom of that, it says E3 and hypocrite. So, me being a normal person, just using Google and consuming data, if I was to just consume content, and I was to be a smart person who would then go out and say, lol, that's not what she said, it's, they would discover this and they'd say, oh no, the narrative, it's disintegrating in my hands. So, reasonable doubt. There you go. Let's establish that for the fact of the matter that this is here, that we have something. So let's move on from this, because we spent a little bit too much time on it. Right? So, I respond to her, and I tell her, essentially in a turn of phrase, no, this is a fucking lie. Why are you lying? And then let's move on to the next part of it. You know, the next detail. And this factors into all of this because this is an important part of this detail. The important part of this detail now covers, well, why would she respond like this? This is a curious response. I know the reason why she responded like this, but other people might not. So I bring it up. I ask her, here's a curious question. Why out of all the accounts that I've been talking about you, why out of all the people, all the content creators, all the verified content creators, all the unverified bigger content creators, out of all the other accounts that you could have talked to, you could have focused on, and you could have replied to, why did you reply to the post like this? More importantly, why did you reply to me at all like this? And I had a theory. And that theory is because she knew people wouldn't do fucking research. People would just listen and believe. And we can see the evidence of that working. People would listen and believe and say, well, very clearly, this person's just mad online. We should ignore him. Or we should harass him. We should mock him. And they didn't go on to do that because they were probably told, don't listen to this person, don't reply to them. This person's looking to hurt me. You know, because they're want to do. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself that question. Everybody should. And the question is, why would she respond like this? Why would she say something that other people could say is demonstrably true or false? And that thing, as we can clearly see, if we go back to the first one, right? If we go back to the first image, where she interacts with me and says, "No, I've never done such a thing." Here's one of my followers saying to her, "Yeah, right, whatever." And she shows, and they show, I don't know if they're a woman, they show that this, they show the Bowsette picture. So, if someone else says it, in response, immediately, I think it's fair enough to say, yeah, no, yeah, this is reasonable. It's beyond a reasonable doubt that, yes, you do indeed produce softcore porn on Twitter.com. You at least broadcast it. It's a part of your brand. You represent it, and you're saying, well, there's nothing inherently sexual about this. There's nothing wrong about it. Really? There's nothing wrong about it. Is that why you're choosing characters that have, as of recently, have become sex symbols? Ironically as it is, people have been using cartoon characters while creating sexy versions of them. Especially with Bowsette. Bowsette is inherently sexualized. Bowsette is what happens when you take Bowser and make it feminine. And then let's talk about the inherently word, right? Inherently sexual. There's nothing inherently sexual about a pair of breasts. What are you fucking talking about? Breasts is nature's way of saying, hey, you see that girl? She's of breeding age. Go get her, tiger. That's what's inherently sexual about it. It's a secondary sex trait. It's a secondary body characteristic that at a distance allows me to identify that, yes, this is a female. No, she has not reached the prime birthing age. Because if you're too young, you don't have wider hips. If your hips haven't developed yet, it's very noticeable. Because it's the reason why the butt protrudes. The bones of the thigh shift outwards. And because the bones of the thigh shift outwards, it causes the actual gluteus maximus and gluteus minimus to become protruded. If you look at a woman's spine, it's very obvious. The back can be straight, but the bones themselves, because they've shifted, will cause that spoon shape. It'll cause that lowercase clef. So it's like looking at the lowercase letter B, or looking at a proper note that isn't a whole note. You know, you got the half notes, whole notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, all that shit and more. It looks like one of those. And you can't say, well, there's nothing inherently sexual about the human body. If there's nothing inherently sexual about the human body, then men would be allowed to stream without their shirts off, without shirts on anymore. Because I remember when, on Twitter.com, there was multiple males doing shirtless streams. I remember Cobalt Streak playing Isaac shirtless with his fucking beard and everything. I remember iCasper doing the same. I remember Tim the Tatman doing the same. I remember all the big ones, especially Trainwreck, doing the same. Never saw a person like Destiny do one. That's because Destiny doesn't want the attention. And he would probably be lambasted for it because he's not a popular streamer. He's a known streamer, he's a bigger streamer, but he's not a popular streamer because people don't like him. He's an outright political bully. That's neither here nor there to this conversation. I'm just saying. That's a definitive fact. Look at how he treated somebody like JonTron, a person who's known for making meme-worthy content. Lambasting and trying to attack him over some bullshit. You know? But again, that's neither here nor there. So, to the point. To the bone. The first thing she says is a fucking lie, right? definitively. Yes, there is something inherently sexual about the body. And if there's something inherently sexual about content that you keep repetitively making one after another, you're broadcasting it to the internet, you're announcing it to the internet, people are making cuts of it, you planned it out, you executed, and you consistently continue to execute and follow up on it, I can actively say, yes, this is indeed softcore porn. And this also ties back to the first thing that I said about the sex appeal that streamers have to work on. This is the other thing that female streamers have. And it's something to the negative benefit of them. Because since they are females, females will want to be attractive. That's just the nature of a woman. She wants to be beautiful. It's part of the social contract, to be technical. Society demands, which is to say other women demand, to have the power and the privilege and the choice to appear however they want to in public. If they want to look modest, they can look modest. If they want to look attractive and also look available, they can look open and available. If they want to look like they just got ran through by the track team, they can look like they just got ran through by the track team. If they look all these different ways and more, then you can indeed say, oh, well, clearly this is their brand. This is how they want to present themselves. So is it unfair if I do this? That's a thing that you can do. That's a thing that can happen. And when it moves to the context of streaming, now you're dealing with a different type of beast. Because now it becomes, well, are they intentionally being sexual? To, are they making it very obvious that this is what they're doing without saying the words to admit it? You know you know this. I went over this in the video. I talked about it. If they're wearing low-cut tops, if they're wearing yoga pants, if they're wearing camisoles that have low-cut droops so that you can very well see cleavage, and it sways and it bounces and it jiggles, if they're taking selfie camera angles where they're putting a sign up, they're like, oh my God, Mariner, that's so nice. Let me put that up on the chart. Let's put that. That's so nice. If they're doing that on stream, we can put two and two together now, can't we? So, working from there, if we have that in our frame of mind, if we know what women do when they're trying to flirt with men, if we extrapolate, if we pretend that we actually are humans for a second, you know, we're not a child, we understand what happens in the real world. If we think with our brains, it would be a reasonable expectation that a person, like an adult father, an adult mother, a human male, a red-blooded human male who's out there looking for tang, like our homeboy, who's saying, yo, I am willing to risk being accused of sexual assault just so I can get a pass at it. If we think like he does, well, very clearly, those are dog whistles to him. He hears a signal loud and clear, and that signal is, I want dick. And that's not unfair. That's not unreasonable. And let me show you why. It should still be in my folder, because I haven't erased a single fucking video that I've ever made. Especially the ones that I download off the internet. So let's get this on stream, so that we can very well see that there are indeed and in fact women like this. Let's see here. Should be all the way at the bottom. This should be one of the first ones. All the way back when I was still keeping things in this folder from my other edits and from my other work. Especially down here with my VLC recordings. So it should be somewhere around here. But first I have to wait for the videos to actually populate so I can bring them up. Right, so it should be populated. So let's look. Sitting here somewhere. It's gonna take me a second to find this, so you're just gonna have to work with me, folks. Okay, now I know for a fact that it's not before that. It was way, way before all this. Hopefully it's not just in my phone memory, because if it is, that'll suck. Or it's not one of these ones that it's not coming up with an image. Let's do that, not that, not that, not that, definitely not that. No, 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 no. Maybe it is higher up, and I'm just not remembering. Because I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it in my on my account, because I don't remember. Nope, wait. I think this is it right here. I think this is it. I don't know if it is. Yeah, it is. It is dead air. But I have to look through the folder, and I want to be sure, because I don't want to say a false statement. Because I remember this shit happening. Nope, this is Tati Westbrook. That is not the one. I might have to look back through my picture folder and hope that it's not there. Because I know it was way before all of this. I know that for a fact. Because a lot of these videos here were things that I used in posts. Because I remember using these in posts. Especially these things. So if it's not in here, it could be in my other folder with my pictures. Let's look for them in picture. And let's sort picture by list. And also by type. Looking for the letter T. For video links. Right here. Knew I had it. Remembered I had it.
Don't you know how to wear a hoodie correctly? I know how to wear it correctly. But I also like guys a lot, and I want guys to look at me like a hot piece of meat. So I wear.
Okay, let me put this on screen so that you see this. Change the window capture from that and put it to this. So, I don't know who this girl is. And it's not necessary that I know who she is. Let us assess what is here. Right? Like, let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back to the start of this. Everything that I just said is on the screen. Right? To cross-reference this, let's go and let me make another window capture. Window capture number 2. And we're going to put Brave on the other screen capture, right? And we're going to toggle this on and off, on and off. All right, so let's go. Let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back to the tippy top. Let's go to this thread. All right, let's go all the way to the tippy top. Let's go into the thread where I comment to this person who comments to me, where he says this dumbass shit on Defense of Amaranth, right? And I repost to him the It's a Gundam video, right? And I go down and I say every single piece of what I fucking said, right?
Because who does? Well, I was dead wrong, and I owe that dude an apology. I did not know there are people. She's a pathological liar. That she runs around and says she's accepting boyfriend application.
All right, so let's look at this, shall we? Amaranth puts out pictures of herself, sexualizing herself. Amaranth goes out and uses things like settings at the gym with her in workout clothing. Right? She goes out and does shit for attention that brings attention to her. She gets caught.
Excuse me, I know that a lot of people have talked to you already about this, but in regards to the filming and the live streaming, you're not authorized to do it.
I'm not. I don't have my camera.
You are live. We have your account open.
Gets caught. Lies. I go back with knowledge of shit like this. Let's go back to my statement, right? Let's go back to the top statement. You should probably get a handle on her Alinity. You should probably get a handle on ZombiiUnicorn. You should probably get a handle on Amaranth. You should probably get a handle on the women who like and do this shit. Because remember, I say "and" here, right? I'm sure we all went to school. We understand what the article "and" means. It means "and also," in addition to. In here, I say, all of these kinds of girls who do this shit, they do this, and they have done shit like this, and we have people like this who've done this, and I'm making a laundry list of accusations that I can be able to make and prove using evidence of shit that I remember and I have discovered and I have investigated them doing. And I summarize by then saying they're making near softcore porn. Because if you were to see a person attempting to bait you with titillating looks and clothing, would you not say that they are trying to elicit a specific response. Would you not say that somebody who goes out and clearly is in a position of attention, would you not say that that person is obviously baiting you? Because I would. I would bite that bait. I would call them on it. And the response that they give would make it very obvious what it is they were doing. So with that in mind, let's watch the clip, shall we? Let's watch the clip.
Don't you know how to wear a hoodie correctly? I know how to wear it correctly. But I also like guys a lot, and I want guys to look at me like a hot piece of meat. So I wear it like that because I know my place as a woman. Clearly you don't know yours as a guy.
Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. I want to make sure you heard what she said.
Don't you know how to wear a hoodie correctly? I know how to wear it correctly. But I also like guys a lot, and I want guys to look at me like a hot piece of meat. So I wear it like that because I know my place as a woman. Clearly you don't know yours as a guy.
I know my place as a woman. And clearly you don't know yours as a guy. I want them to look at me like a hot piece of meat. I like guys, which infers she likes the attention she gets from men. Let's analyze the background for all the details I said earlier, shall we?
Don't you know how to wear a hoodie correctly?
First thing that catches my eye in this picture frame, right? I'm not even looking at her. First thing that catches my eye. All new subs during December go on the sub tree. So, I look around. Oh, look. The sub tree. Look at all those new people who are being given attention. Look at all those positions on the tree. Look at the handmade designs. The simplistic, immediately, easily producible pictures on the subtree. Look at the degree of all the names at the bottom that don't get the nice stylized two-tone backgrounds. Look at the ones which stand out to you most. I wonder how much they subbed for. I wonder if those include donations. Over in the corner, what else do I see? A Sloan Gingerbread Man with the name Bruislers 2. Or is that a Z? I'm not sure. But then look over at the bottom. Another sub. Look at the bottom left of the bottom left-hand corner. Boss 2 sub. Fat Pack, $10. Or excuse me, that's the pound actually. Maddie BDE, another sub. I don't know what 1.661 is without context. I'm assuming that that's tracking the numbers of more recent donations, or specifically tracking the actual subtrain, tracking the timer on a subtrain. And then we see over in the lower right-hand corner, Maddie BDE, the most recent person to have had his name put up there as the most recent sub. Everything I see in this, before I even look at the video, tells me what this woman is doing. And then she tells me what she's doing. A prime example of the shit that I'm talking about. need to minimize this. I can't minimize. Let me go, you infernal contraption. Let's quit. There you go. Wouldn't let me go. Screen wouldn't let me go. So, let's go back to what we had before. Right? Let's close this. Go back to the first web catcher. And go back to what we were looking at. Right? So, we know that this kind of woman exists on the platform. And then I go back and say, well, this shit has been starting and has existed since 2014. Ever since Jeff Bezos bought Twitch after the explosion of Twitch Plays Pokemon. He sees the value of the company. He buys it. Starts putting in all of these people to make the shit monetizable. They put money over everything. And now we see an uprise and an upsale in women using it as essentially online altars. And then a post from Polygon where they say she's the latest example of people harassing her for calling her a Twitch thought. Which she is, because she is a cosplay thought. Or what would be called a cause thought. Not explicitly because, oh, guys, she's out there sleeping around with every guy. I don't know what she does. She could have not had a single intercourse with any other person other than her husband. But it's very obvious. If you are a cosplayer, if you know of people like K-Bear, if you know of people like Kenzie Puff, if you know of any person or you've ever met a cosplayer who doesn't just cosplay characters as TV and as character and comic accurate as possible, what is cosplay most known for doing? Originality, alterations, spins, new takes. They're known for diversifying their content and for being original and trying to push the boundary. Any person who's trying to be creative and stand out from the crowd does. So, why wouldn't you pick a character that's easily recognizable and well known? Why wouldn't you pick an attractive character to cosplay as if you consider yourself an attractive person? Why not? So on and so forth, as you can see on the line in the train of thought. So from there, what else can we be able to understand when looking at those posts, right? So we go back to this. We move on from that. Let's go all the way up to here, right? We won't be needing this anymore. So, let's move on from there to the next part of the timeline, right? So, we know that they exist. We know not only do they exist, but that this is the behavior, and this is the mindset, and that this is essentially the uniform, you could say, that they would wear. That this is the behavior that they would have if they wear. Also, why the fuck is Venom 2 trending in North America? I'll look at that later. But right. We cover this, and we have the ability to reply to it right here. So, I reply to her, she replies to me, I reply to her. And we get to right about here. Here in the thread. After I call her out and I say, why would you do this? It goes down to here. Right? Where when I tell her about herself, she then tries to say, oh, you're just mad online. You're just... None of that, please. That was my alarm. So she says, you're just upset. You just don't like breasts. And I throw that up directly next to her harassing other people by reducing them to their body parts. Tells you a lot now, doesn't it? Why would you reduce these women down to their body parts? I thought they're more than just their body parts. You're doing it multiple times. Also, remember this right here. I want you to remember this. Girl streaming IRL in a sports bra. Politely tell her that it's against TOS. Proceed to talk shit about me and about Twitch for the next 10 minutes. We just showed the image of Amaranth in the bra, right? And we've shown that she has been on stream in sports gear. If there's nothing inherently sexual about women showing off cleavage, and about women exposing themselves in various stages of undress, why would you then want to do some real dumb shit? Some real hee ha ha funny time hours? Because what I'm about to show you is going to make you really understand exactly why this is an important point for me to cover. Because the reason I cover this, and I bring this up, is this is what I cover for later, for really digging in. Because down here, look with your special eyes. Nothing more embarrassing to me than a woman degrading other women down to their body parts. Think about that for a second. She said that unironically. She said that unironically, while knowing she's done that. And also, we're going to get to it right here. Right? We've got people like Webbs TW hitting nails on the fucking head, where he tells her to her face, the Twitch audience is mostly straight males. And then, why she doesn't blatantly speak against the women with their bodies. And how she can only count on her hand the number of women that are known to do this. First off, this part of the statement, this part of the statement, this and abides by TOS bullshit, she doesn't fucking care. She doesn't fucking care. Because if something sexual happens on platform, I can promise you, nipple slips, cooch slips, upskirt shots, wardrobe malfunctions in general, if that shit happens on stream, you will never see Natalie Casanova say a motherfucking word about it. Word, not one. Second thing, remember, she said she's been on Twitch for 7 years. Throw your mind back to the body painting shit. Note that the body paint context of ZombiiUnicorn only really seems to spark around one specific point in period. Have you been doing it for all of your career? If you have, why does it not go back further? Why can I not find other live streams outside of that time frame? There probably are some still that are up there, because I don't think she took them down. I'm pretty sure she's made videos about them. Can someone be able to confirm for me or help me figure out if she's been doing this since her career? Because I don't think she has. And then the other thing about that, on top of that, when I reply to it, when she does this, is that this is the point where she blocks me, right? Let's go back down. Right about here. In between this post and this post is the point where she blocks me, right? Talking shit to me. Hey guys, I'm a vegan. Immediately into, hey guys, it's not cute to be mad at women. So she subtweets this for the time and the attention. Let's take a moment to read some of the, things, right? Webb's BTW, or West BTW, that's his name. They don't sustain viewers, but goddamn it, they're good at initially getting them. Men don't have that nicety, so their anger is slightly well placed. Reply. Nah, son. Big old nope. A good-looking beard is just as much an initial draw to people as attracting men. You don't see straight women getting all angry and mature about a hot dude streaming getting initial views because of their looks. That's a fucking lie, and let me tell you how I know that. I have a friend. His name is Ian Coldell. He is one part of the All-American Stream Team, and he has a big old bird. He has been told to his fucking face, if you cut off your beard, I will unsub. And they were not fucking joking. I have a couple other fucking friends too who do the exact same thing and have viewers who have said the exact same thing and stand by those statements. No. No, 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 no. This is bullshit. Why would you lie like that? You can claim, sure, there are some women who would probably watch a male streamer because they find them attractive and they want to talk to them. I have seen many a times on Tinder some female streamers who will put in their bio that, hey, this is my handle, this is my tag, hit me up. Hit me up either here on Twitch or hit me up here on my Instagram. I want to talk to you. I've seen them do that. And I've seen him, my friend Ian, talk to these people and them communicate. I've seen the logs. They get spicy. And very often, they bring up, how long have you been working on your beard and shit? It's as much as for my female friends, they'll have people who will bring up conversation topics of the same degree in comparison. Some shit such as, how did they get their makeup? Who did your hair? Who does your wardrobe? Where did you buy these things from? Blase, 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 blase. From everything from wingtips to who taught them how to do them that way, and then to what palette do you use? What eyeliner do you use? Do you use powder concealer or do you use liquid concealer? All of these topics come up on streams when other streamers are talking to other streamers about their appearances. To claim that this is the way that she claims it is some bullshit. Because there are too many streamers in communities on Twitch, and there are too many streamers in general, out of the outstanding ones. For every single Tyler Blevin, and for every single ninja, you have a Tim the Tap Man. But I can promise you, there are not that many streamers that are outright streaming with beards. You know why? Because most of them get accused as pedos. And I know, because I dealt with a person last night who seems to think that that's cute and fun to call people pedophiles for just not agreeing with them. This person outright hits on the shit of what he's talking about and the important reason why it's important. And she's out here saying, no, it's a problem. Because these are the facts. He presents them to them, right? Because he had that conversation with her. We saw the reply. She outright said, no, this isn't real. Here's statistics that I support. And here's what proves you wrong, ha. We know how fans react. They're not going to do research. They're just going to listen and believe. If I've done anything in my time and career on my account, I have trained my audience. Hey, if you want to check some bullshit, here's how you fact check people. Don't just believe people. Don't just believe me. Investigate it. So that you know that this is real. And what ZombiiUnicorn's doing right here is crafting a narrative. Her narrative is, oh my god, these mad men in my menchies just don't understand how sexuality is. There's nothing inherently sexual about it. And yet, how many of us have heard a phrase such as women love a man in uniform? Or, how many of us have seen people get hooked up to someone for superficial reasons? Attractive people hooking up with attractive people because they hooked up with them because they're hot. Or hooking up with them because they have a nice car. or hooking up with them because they have a lot of money. Stranger shit has happened for less. So it's not unreasonable as an expectation if we're dealing with the idea of the average. Now, statistics are statistics, and I don't like to bring up statistics only because anybody could make up some bullshit with them. But if you actually assess the numbers that he's hitting there, he is correct. 90% of the audience of Twitch is mainly straight males. There are very few and far between female streamers. It's a ratio of about 90% male to 20% female. The number demographics have started to slip a little bit more in the favor of women climbing up, but men still dominate. It's something right now at about like 66% male, 33% female, with 1% of the 100% spectrum being binary or gender non-conforming or labeling themselves as anything other than male or female. That's that split that exists now. And the last reported stats that he's using, those are from Twitch. Those were their official stats of 2018 going into 2019. And also, look at what she says and look at how she reacts. Let's follow this timeline, right? She starts off by subtweeting me and then leads into conversations where she acts like this and is outright even technically getting ratioed on her own posts. She claims that this anger, both the anger he has in communicating with being frustrated by the fact that she's being this fucking idiot, also is somehow extending itself to his argument. And then he says, no, this is the way that it is. And then she tries to double down, calls the man an incel, saying that women having some sort of advantage because they are women, when the facts and actual research actually disprove this angry gamer boy stance for years. Uses this fucking stat, and then another person enters the fray. Well, your own source seems to show that he's correct. What does that source say? It says it's partially confirmed. At first glance, what you see is that men get dramatically more page views and followers when compared to women, but it's not the whole story. It was decided to be focused on per streaming hour instead of overall. And then brought back the numbers even more. And then additionally, we decided to focus on growth, how you're doing versus your past self, and looking at comparing those percentages. And women get almost double the page views and triple the follows for their size and hourly ratio versus the average male streamer. And what would contribute to that, folks? Wellness check? Wellness check as in I'm looking out and seeing whether or not this person is disparaging me, while also taking this opportunity to go through ZombiiUnicorn's stream, or excuse me, to go through her Twitter profile page and see what she's been talking about and what she's been doing. We're technically going over things that I've already talked about in a thread, but for the sake of, being thorough, I'm going through it because I find it necessary that we go through the details. And yes, we know that she's not well. You are indeed right. We know. So far, we've been establishing Natalie's a hypocrite. We all knew that. Natalie doesn't understand technology. We've been knew that. And when it comes to when they get proven wrong about things, she overreacts and gets petty. We been knew that. Now, let's see what happens in this conversation. Now that this person has basically backed up our guy, let's see what happens. Wes claps back. Lemay! Proven wrong by her own source. And that it doesn't get better than that. And it fucking doesn't. And Dehydrated Gamer. This is a woman. Keep in mind, she treats men and women both the same way. Like pieces of shit unless they agree with her. Dehydrated Gamer enters into the fray after she gets fucking smacked down Dehydrated Gamer, like Dehydrated Gamer comes in. I believe her name is Paulina, if this is to be believed. Sweating from success. So this is an active woman. She might understand some shit. So, let's see what she says. She says, I think the argument is that boobs bring in clicks, which give you a better chance of retaining viewers, and that boobs equal higher traffic. Here's where ZombiiUnicorn starts to try and defend this. And she tries to make a new fucking narrative. That's not their argument, though, and that's not even really true. Please don't pander to sexism. This mindset these angry gamer boys have is harmful. It's akin to incel culture, which is extremely dangerous. So, she then says, it is true. I don't think there has been a single female on the platform that stays at 0 viewers for more than a couple of streams. Generalizing all low view count male streamers as boring is rude and unproductive. Let's pay very close attention to how this conversation unfolds. Also, in this conversation, much like in this conversation, ZombiiUnicorn decides to liken all people who criticize her, if they're male, as incels. We've seen this not once, but twice now. She called Wes an incel, and she's then referring again to both people like me and to people like him as being incels. So let's see how she treats the woman. It goes down. She says it's true. Note the fact that she's getting ratioed, right? Big gamer girl. Will it even show it? Because it's not showing it here. It'll pick up and show hers, but it's not showing hers. But in context, let's say this person has significantly more. This person with 453 followers has 47 likes on her first response, and then gets another 62 on her second response. She holds firm. This, the industry known person, which let's go back to the top. Let me use this as a quick reference to her stats. This person with 94.7k followers. That's not exactly big if you compare her to the men, but let's be fair and let's give her the consideration of saying she's at least known. Let's go that far. Let's say she's known. This person, who will make posts such as, lol, all you men are just mad online, lol, you, Carl, can't compete against a pair of breasts, lol, your streams suck, lol. And then doubling down with, well, you guys don't understand statistics. You don't understand brings people to streams. Making a post reneging and renaming information as she gets fucking clapped out in the mentions where she's unprotected. And I know for a fact she blocked these people. But since she's been blocking people as of late. I know for a fact she's been doing it. I've saw it. I've seen it. I made a thread about it. I told people to post their pictures as a badge of pride. Because it's fucking hysterical to me that this person has the audacity to go looking for attention and then get mad when she gets it. So this person, with this big of a following, has no one coming to her defense. Ne'er not a one. Ne'er not even a whiff of a fanboy that's defending her. Not one. Let's even go in and look at the additional comment, because there's more of this, right? Oh, no. Post's not even fucking there. Post isn't even fucking there. Someone deleted it. Bitch be looking like a rejected Kai view. That's rough. That's rough. Orbiters, yes. I call them pay pigs. I've also been recently calling them tier 3 subs. Because some of them are tier 3 subs that come to their defense. She doesn't have a single one of them coming to her defense in these messages. It's hysterical. It is hysterical. So, let's go down here. Let's go to the next one. Where she says, saying it's true doesn't make it true. Research disproves that. What research? Where are you getting it from? But let's read the full post, okay? Saying it's true doesn't make it true. Research disproves that. No one is generalizing all male low viewer like low viewer count streamers. No one is generalizing all low count male streamers. Also, by the way, this person, when they had an opportunity to do the same thing that they're doing right now in this post on screen, when I said, yo, you make softcore porn, didn't decide to single boost this, but is now deciding to signal boost this person here. Covers the name, like, covers the person's name, blocks out the handle, blocks out the profile picture, shows the post that it exists, but doesn't show when it was posted. I find that skeptical. Why would you hide that? Why would you hide this post? Why would you cover up the name of this? You say that this is a person who's harassing you. Why are you protecting this person's name? Why would you do that if you know that you've been harassed? Wouldn't you want everybody to see this information? Wouldn't you want everybody to know, yo, come hear what this person has to say to me, guys. Come look at it. Why the fuck are you hiding this? Why are you hiding this? That doesn't make sense. But let's go back down. Let's go back down to the thing that I was actually looking for. Right? She's not generalizing. Remember? That's what she said. She said she's not generalizing all low count male gamers. Right? This is targeted at me. Remember? So, her saying this, and then following it up with this, right? And then going on to have this conversation with him, she's indeed targeting and summarizing that all people who she thinks are male are apparently low count. She did it to me, and I would assume that a person who is called an incel is obviously being insulted and comparative to lower tier people. Because this is a highborn, lowborn system, right? She's using incel as though they're beneath her. Now, she didn't call me an incel until after she had blocked me. But we can assume that based on my statistics alone. If we can already assume and accept that I am a smaller creator, would it not be fair to say that she's essentially telling him that the data that she's giving is consistent and true? We know that it's not. But let's assume that she was correct. Let's assume that in her worldview, in the reality that she lives in, let's say that in her worldview and in her vision, that's true. She just fucking did the thing that she just said, right? Because if she thinks that that's how it works, that's clearly what she's saying. She's saying, yo, this guy, he can't compete against a pair of boobs. He can't retain viewers. He can't retain stream watch numbers. So clearly, he's a fucking joke, right? You can't compete. And what does it say about you if you can't compete against a pair of boobs? It just means you're a low-count streamer, wouldn't it? Is that not the same connotation you'd have? Because I think that's the one that I came to. I came to a couple of realizations when she said that. Especially after I had also reported on it. But, you know, that's just me. So let's go back to this. Let's see what kind of a catfight develops here. And also, let's see what this post is. Oh, another post that was removed. I wonder who deleted it. So let's go back to this. She says she's not generalizing all male low viewer count streamers. That it's just specifically about the angry men who are triggered by women's body parts because they think boobs steal viewers and that they don't. And then she continues on to say, this I'm not like other girls use their boobs to get views attitude that you're putting forward is misogynistic and a bad take. It's literally sexist accounts with anime avatars liking your tweets. Have a little self-awareness and cut that shit out. It's not a good look. Deuces. Let's look at how many times she uses gender-coded language, shall we? Just in this one tweet. First one is this. This is a meme. This is a meme, right? This I'm not like other girls use their boobs to get views attitude, where she's accusing her of being someone who is, she's trying to turn this thing around, where she's trying to get the high ground here, right? Now, in the next tweet, she gets called out on this by Dehydrated Gamer. So, good fucking job, you goddamn moron. But, going from this meme, she then goes on to use misogynistic, bad take, sexist, anime avatars, and then back to not a good look. This is a horrible misogynistic depiction to use in this context. Because in this context, she's saying to Paulina that Paulina is fishing for attention. She's very clearly not. But that's what she's going to keep doubling down and doing, and saying, and acting like. So, from there, to go from you have this very obvious bait attitude, and that it's misogynistic and a bad take. What part of it's misogynistic and a bad take? Because what she said is that the argument of people like me, and the argument of people like Wes, is that yes, breasts do make more clicks. Yes, breasts do bring in attention. Who doesn't like boobs, right? And if the point is that the streamers, because let's go back to the same argument again, right? Let's go to the numbers. Right here, if we hold this to be correct, because it is, if we hold this to be correct, that women get double the page views and triple the follows for the size and hour ratio versus the average male streamer, if we accept this is true, as we should, then very clearly boobs do bring attention, and boobs do have retainment. The information's right there. The proof's right there in the fucking pudding. So to go from having the conversation with a man, and then another guy who comes in and proves her wrong, to have that happen, and then follow up with a conversation where a woman comes in and says, no, I think they are right. I think they have a point. I think that's their argument. And that's not a bad argument. For her to turn around and then immediately say, no, it's clearly not, because this is just some bullshit made up by gamer boys, immediately switching it to, well, no, it's very clearly not. That's a bullshit lie that they made up, and here's the one that you're making up, because you're trying to pretend that you're not like those other girls. She literally went from attacking the men to attacking the women in one fell swoop. To which Dehydrated Gamer replies. She said that she's never not like other girls. She's like all girls, and she uses her gender advantages when she can. She does not care who agrees with her or not, because she's not sharing her opinions for likes. And she asks her, is that what she is doing? This is a very important tweet exchange right here. This is very important. These two tweets alone are radiating a certain kind of energy. This is someone who's trying to create a narrative. This is the narrative that she's building is misogynerd accounts online made by men don't get views because they're not interesting. And they're not interesting because their streams suck and they can't retain things. And the data says that we have all diverse people on Twitter.com and on Twitch.com. And we share out our streams and we show them to people, and I'm able to get a higher number because they support what I do, because they're there to see me. They're not there to see my breasts. They're there to see me. They'd show up even if I was to be posting about a fucking rock. That's the narrative that this tweet is a part of. Everything that she said before comes to that conclusion. Her conclusion is, no, they're just mad because they're not successful, and I am, and this is why. And every single attack that she's just gotten from those two users is a man saying, no, it's not. Here's reality. Stop lying. And the other one is, no, that's wrong. This is reality. That's the fact. Why are you doing this? Because she then literally asks, is that what you're doing? After telling her she's not sharing her opinion for likes. And then she replies and says, I'm like all girls and use my gender advantages when I can. So, in this tweet, ZombiiUnicorn says that, no, I like all girls and use my gender advantage when I can. No, sorry, having boobs and being attracted doesn't mean you're using it to your advantage. Some women just exist and that's it. This is the exactly I'm not like other girls attitude of pandering to sexism. And she gets clapped back against because she used this angle. Because she's still painting a meta-narrative. The meta-narrative being, I'm right, you're wrong, and you're wrong because you're lying, and you're clearly using your body as a weapon, and I'm not. Despite the fact that she's done exactly what she's done, as we can reference to the article. Let's go look at it. Right? Let's go here. She goes here and says shit like this, saying, oh, he damn well knows that I'm not breaking any rules and I don't flirt with my audience, etc. He's just trying to cash in on sexist outrage. Meanwhile, what is she known for doing? Streaming her body, painting her body, things that bring attention to herself. Weaponizing the fact that she's a woman who can do so. My brain hurts, guys. My brain actually hurts trying to understand how a person can lie these many times and keep telling that lie. I understand that she's brainwashed herself into believing that her doctrine is true, that because she's a proud feminist, that means she's allowed to do this. I understand that that's the underlying logic of why. But I actually do not understand how she can keep saying shit like this that is already archived and can pretend that it doesn't exist. I don't know how she can do it. I don't know. I don't know how the fuck a person can lie that often and not remember what they said. Let's get back to it, because we haven't even gotten 10% through the way of what I wanted to cover, right? We have not even yet begun to rage. So this shit continues between her and Unicorn, right? She replies, you're the one getting defensive and personal when you don't need to be. I don't think I'm the one with this opinion. There are a lot of women who understand their advantages. Like the one I just fucking showed you. I don't even have it on stream. I closed the window down. The girl that I showed you. She's one of those kind of people. She understands. She knows that she can sexualize herself and that it'll be allowed. So, like, we know it exists. We know that they exist because we know their names. I might not know that girl's particular name, But we know who Amaranth is. We know who Caseytron is. We know who she is. We know who ST Peach is. We know who Alinity is. We know who Pokimane is. If you haven't seen the shit Pokimane has done on stream, you should look into the time where she actually told a male streamer that she would kill him. I don't think that's acceptable and allowed on Twitch. Is threatening people's lives allowed on Twitch? I don't fucking know anymore. Because apparently reality is not what she is what I thought it was. According to fucking ZombiiUnicorn. I feel like if Natalie was to tell me that the sky was blue, I would have to go outside and take several single pictures, both from above and below the gravity point of the stratosphere, just to confirm that, yes, the sky is indeed blue. I feel that that's what I'd have to do if they were to say a statement like this. Dollar store water. Delicious. Tastes like sweat. Goes down like, well, bubbles of club soda. He replies to this, by the way, saying, pretty sad actually. You should look up the term pick me because that's exactly what you're being right now. You're acting as if you're different from other women for admitting using your body, when in actuality you're just making self-misogynistic remarks not based on facts. Or excuse me, I already fucking read that. I'm insane, guys. My brain is already gone. I'm crazy. I'm boomering it up. Let's go back down to where she actually replies. Right? She follows up and says, please stop spamming me with your internalized misogyny. It's really sad, and I try to surround myself with positive people and women who lift each other up instead of degrading them to their body parts. Thanks! If we haven't already remembered, let us please reference back to where she degraded people to their fucking body parts. Especially the girl she's still talking to. Let me put this over here. And, by the way, since I'm able to go look at this, let's go into these mentions. Let's see who ratios her. Let's go. Where does it start? Where does it start? Ooh. Sociopathic. Nope, that's not how you read that. Sociopathics. Says. MFO. Looks like more like I try to surround myself with the fattest circle jerking echo chamber around. Our circle jerk is nothing compared to you. Derp. Hits it up with where is this internalized misogyny she keeps mentioning, and surrounding yourself with the possible people who is an echo chamber creation in disguise, and nobody's degrading anyone. The point is that boobs help keep viewers. Why do you think there are so many popular boobie streamers? Whatever this was removed, so this person probably either got banned or they removed this post. I think they either got banned or they blocked them. Or they deleted it. And this tweet here, now that's now disconnected, says, and yet it's said that boobs don't keep viewers, but somehow the boobie streamers are keeping their viewerships? And then Daniel comes in with a lot of buzzwords spewing from your mouth and no convincing answer. Sad. Go ahead and block me. I'll wait. I like this dude. I like this dude a lot. Brandon /Z comes in. Feminists make my brain bleed. She's making a valid argument. Girls who are attractive get more traffic in their channels. There's no need to take offense to what she's saying. You're being dramatic, to be honest. It's Mullen comes in with internalized misogyny. That's a new one. No, it's not. No, it is not. That is a term directly out of 2013. Carl hits him up. You are actually insane. And further down, because this is where it starts repeating. SL hits in. Internalized. What now? Face Z-Bum comes in with, You're literally spamming her and then playing victim, you batshit zombie. Oz hits him up, which she made a very valid point, and you react in a way where you say you don't want that around you? Yeah, completely dropped the ball here. You know she's right. Get over herself. Ensgar, you legit sent more tweets to her than she has. The delusion is real. Wandering Gang. I know this person. This person's come up and showed up a lot. He hits her up. Replying to you isn't spamming you. Is she having this argument across multiple tweet threads? Chriswar agrees it up. Oh god, internalized misogyny? Another buzzword you go to immediately. She gets clapped out! Yeah, he did, actually. I can't remember when Ethan Klein made it, but he made a video covering it. He also made a video covering people using Instagram and Photoshop effects to enhance their beauty, like Trish Patias. But all throughout here, before we've even gotten to the end of this thread, she's already getting clapped out for lying. So people are aware what she's doing. They know what she's doing. They see it, they know it, they hear it, they dislike it, they tell her about herself, and I can promise you, she has either blocked these people or is claiming that they've spammed her in some way. Conversation continues down. ZombiiUnicorn tries to go in an interesting direction, getting ratioed again. Says, oh honey, no. Please just go seek more likes and attention from sexist dudes and leave me alone. It's clear you're blind to your own ignorance on this topic and haven't even looked into the data. Big yikes from me, but I just can't help you. Sorry. Yet again! Generalizes her. Refuses to listen. What can you do? What can you do? But enough of that. Enough of that. If you want to go see that, you can go look in the links, because I'm going to probably post this after the stream's done. Let's continue forward, because we spent a little bit too much time in that, even though it's fun, listening and watching other people say the exact same shit that I said. But let's go up to the next one. ZombiiUnicorn comes up here and says some dumbass bullshit. Let's see what this is in reply to. Will it even show me? I don't know if it'll show me. I think it was, but let's go up here. Let's open it into a new window, and I'll come back to that in a second. Okay. Yes, tweeting on some dumbass shit. Tweeting on some dumbass shit with some fucking reply guys. Oh, this hurts my soul to look at. Ugh. It's disgusting. No spine. No spine. She doesn't get as many replies on this as she did on other things. So it's very clear that the people who are replying on this are mainly people who are supporting her. And then let's go up. Web TV's reply to her. Get me out of the screen. The fucking yikes. The reply to them. More posts. More self-promotion. More self-promotion. More self-promotion. Some bullshit about politics. Self-promotion. 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 Goes back up here. Dehydrated Gamer. Chooses to take her fucking argument out of context. Says the same shit she said inside the thread. Let's see how she got ratioed on this one. Let's see what she did. Beth Freeman Art. Why can't women just bring up women? What is so wrong with your statement that it'll bring the earth down, lady? In the tweet, let's move forward from this. Let's all keep moving forward because we have to stick together. Sisterhood. Some sisterhood bullshit. Unicorn comes in. Sets the record straight. Person says, either way, it's time to move on. And Ending says, please block me so I don't have to see any of your dumbass tweets. And Dave says, block me too, dammit. Block me too. Dehydrated Gamer catches her the fuck out. Comes right the fuck back in and says, let me guess. I'm internally oppressed. Tora Kilby hits it on the fucking head. She's unaware of the word hypocrite. Also, it's a good job shutting her down, because she had to resort to name-calling instead of facts. While this is here, I'm going to copy the link to this, and I'm going to put this into the tab, because I want to contact this person later, because I want to talk to them. I have things to discuss with them. Gets called fucking Dulwich by Tora Kilby. Superb. Then comes back up here and tries to search for clout again. So, we've established a pattern here. She finds somebody who she can try to misrepresent the argument of, builds a straw man, and then attempts to slay that straw man and then claim victory for herself, saying, look at me, guys, look at me, I'm deplatforming hate. Look at me, guys, I'm calling out hate. Look at me, guys, I'm fighting misogyny. I'm fighting the misogynerds. I'm fighting the there she's just like me Becky's. That's what this is right here. And it's disgusting because it doesn't fucking work. It's so obviously fake. Especially when you read the comments. I don't want to waste people's time because I want to get through this and get to the top of it so we can actually see what the fuck she said. So we can actually do the wellness check. But as we can see from the threads, she's having a normal one. Not a very good one, but having a normal one. Let's look back at the chat, because I haven't been paying attention. I'm bad at looking at the chat. Until I get a setup where I can look at the screen and then look at the chat and then look at the screen and then look at the chat, I feel like I should just have my cell phone in my hand so I remember to look at it. So, let's look at the chat. Nemen Sweet says 90% more pog. Yep. Mariner, sky's the limit when you don't give a shit. Yes. Why won't she back down? If the context is why does she not back down when she harasses people like this, it's because it's a mindset. You see, it's not the 99% of everybody in the room clapping along with the shit that she says like fucking trained seals, right? That's not the shit that she's looking for. She doesn't want to see a single fucking word of dissent in the audience. That's the definition of an echo chamber. It's kind of like when Anita called Carl Benjamin Sargon of Akkad. It's kind of like when she called him, or if not, it's not like, it's exactly like when she called Sargon of Akkad a garbage human. She demonized him on stage when he did literally nothing fucking wrong. When he says, debate me, she just, ignores. Just ignores it. Doesn't do anything other than just paint him as a devil. And what happens? The garbage human meme becomes real. The memes about Sargon being literally like the grouch in the trash can on Sesame Street comes to life. Same thing here with the guys and girls that she's picking and choosing her arguments from and with. She's doing the same thing. She's picking out arguments that she thinks that she can misrepresent and that she can lie about because people may not be announcing these things. And she's doubling down. And she's doubling down because it's not that there isn't people agreeing with her. It's those couple of handfuls of people that dissent against her. That's what pisses her off. And that's what annoys her. That's why she doesn't back down on this angle. If you're asking why doesn't she back down in general, why does she not just apologize to people like this and people like me? Well, it's very obvious the reason why she doesn't do it. If she shows weakness, that's it. It's over. Remember, this is essentially being held to the wall and being told, apologize. And apologize is basically you saying, yes, I deserve to be executed. I have admitted my sin, and thus I deserve to be eliminated. That's essentially what it is. If she apologizes, backs down, or just says, you know what, I didn't understand you, even though she would get more respect for doing so and admitting when she was wrong, she's not going to admit she's wrong. Because remember, she is a devout, hyper-radical feminist. She believes that it's her privilege to exploit and use her body, and to exploit and use it like an extreme hyper-capitalist. At the same time, she should be a tyrant and an authority figure that tells other women how they should think, how they should behave, and how their ideas and views are problematic and a bad take. That's the kind of person she is. She does not believe in choice feminism. She's much like Anita Sarkeesian in that direct, because Anita Sarkeesian does not believe in choice feminism. She doesn't believe you're allowed to have a different choice than her. She doesn't believe you're supposed to have a different opinion than her. Her words are law. Unicorn thinks the exact same thing. That's the reason why she spoke to me the way that she spoke to me. It's the reason why she spoke to them the way that she spoke to them. She doesn't believe that she should be held to a different standard that is not her own. She should be allowed to abuse people, and she should be allowed to get away with doing it. And it's fucking stupid. And also, but Casey's a troll. Yeah, Casey Tron is a troll. That is unironically true. There was a time period where she tried to do what she's doing now on League of Legends. Every single match, playing nothing but Cassiopeia, titties out, the caption and the actual archive image of her stream, her giant fucking James Bond 007 background, or was it just a fucking black and white pinwheel spiral? I can't remember. I only remember that I remember, but I can't remember when it was or what it was exactly. But her in the center of the frame, that boobs out, chest pushed out to the max, looking over at the stream, all demure like, I'm not like other girls. 100%. Screen of her 80% covering gameplay this much in the fucking corner, talking shit, constantly dead. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Ugh. Who is texting me right now? Shouldn't be a single person doing it. It's annoying. Is it too logical? There is no logic in her arguments. No, she doesn't use logic. She uses emotions and feelings. Logic is literally tantamount to anathema. If she was to use logic, it would hurt her. Because it hurts her brand if she doesn't do this. She has painted herself as an anti-harassment figure. She has to claim also, by default of diversity and inclusion, of being a woman and being a feminist, that it's also important that women protect women, right? The sisterhood. I should be able to protect those who agree with me and have the ability to not protect those who won't follow my ideals. She has to be so hyper into it because, yeah, it is very much based on the public perception of what she's supposed to be representing. Yeah, too logical as in every criticism against her? Oh yes, every single person who's been against her has had nothing but logic. Because they're using their fucking brains. Because they have brains. Because they're human beings. They're red-blooded men and women. Who doesn't think there are things that are inherently sexual that both genders can do to the other that works perfectly on them? Like, if there isn't something that's tied to the sexuality with beauty, why do you doll yourself up? Why would any person gussy themselves up to the nines and go out and look and be and act a certain way if it wasn't to bring the kind of attention that it brings? It's nonsensical. You know, you can't just do these things and say, oh, that's not rational, that's not logical, that's not truth. That's not how that works. Just dead ass. That's just not how that works. So let's go up. Let's keep going up. More self-pandering. More self-pandering. And then retweeting herself on how it's most importantly embarrassing that a woman degrades other women down to their body parts. She calls them trolls and haters. Let's look at the comments of this one, shall we? Now, here we go. We've got an orbiter here. We've got an orbiter. Supporting her narrative. Patting him on the ball sack. This is the Jesus Christ. This is so horrible. When you actually read this statement, this is so nasty. Because you can tell when she gives this, this is like a fucking arm's length hug, right? She's like, oh my god, yes, ooh. You know, she's making a fucking face, doesn't want to touch him. That's literally what this post is, right here. The way that she says this and that she words this is she uses him as a stepping stool to build up her point, while also acknowledging that he said it, but not at all actually recognizing and addressing them like they're a person. And then, of course, Emilio coming in and saying, but you still didn't give them respect, though. And then, of course, Vampire Wifero. This is a beautiful meme. I'm going to steal this meme. I'm stealing this meme. I'm stealing it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it right now. It's mine now. It's mine now. This meme is beautiful. It's wonderful. It's lovely. Calls her out as a clown, as he should. Because she is a clown. And then, Andrew235 hits it up. Remember when you got Plain Rock Tweets kicked out? Ooh, let's look at Plain Rock Tweets. Who is he? Home of board smashing and vlogs, #1 tech YouTuber on famous birthdays? He oddly, weirdly flexes a lot? Huh. A lot of followers. Must be an important person. Got him kicked out of the Bully Hunters convention at VidCon. Ooh. Alright. Cool. So when a female isn't a feminist, you hate them. Big yikes for me. Not a surprise. Not a fucking surprise. They're just doing what you're doing, degrading your body for views and money. I have more respect for a cam girl than Twitch thought. True. True, though. That's not dishonest. Because at the end of the day, if you want to get down to brass tacks, right? If you actually just want to summarize it to its base parts, what you have here is a very simple point, right? The point is, if you remove the sexuality from it, and you make it a all event lewd fest, any person who takes advantage of these things literally would just be, selling themselves. Because technically, you are selling yourself. That's what a brand is. But you're selling the appeal of yourself. You're selling your ideas. You're selling your tone. You're selling the personality. You're selling the word choice that creates that personality. You're selling all those things and more when you're selling a brand. And if your brand is tied to your sexuality, if you're a type of person like, say, Kaylee Cuoco, or Olivia Munn, or Miley Cyrus, or Kim Kardashian, or any other female star who does or does not have photos of themselves out there in the wild, from the fappening or otherwise. If you're not a person like an Olivia Munn, who has literal nudes of them that have leaked because of the fappening, with them getting blown the fuck out in a nurse's roleplay cosplay, in a roleplay outfit, and I will use the phrase blowout because I'm not going to say what it was. Assume for your own purposes. If you can say that that person is a person who's known for being sexual because they came from a position where they were literally the tokenized girl on a gaming show, you go from that, and then you go to another one of, say, somebody who doesn't sexualize themselves, like Kaylee Cuoco, an actress, who too has leaked nudes from Twitter and on Twitter.com. Or, if you take a perfect actual example of a real blood feminist, like, say, not the old, or I shouldn't say old, because she's not old, she's young, the former Disney Channel star actress Zendaya Coleman, or her older co-star, the one whose name isn't coming to my mind right now, the one who was harassed by the hacker who went onto her phone and was holding her nudes hostage, and then she just posted the nudes herself. That one. The one whose name's not coming to my mind. Somebody will probably Google it. They were co-stars on Shake It Up. Matter of fact, let me Google it right now. This is easy. I can just do that. Bella Thorne. There you go. So many things up here right now that I can't remember basic information that I should know. But Bella Thorne, somebody whose identity as a woman is to be about choice, leaks her own nudes to take power away from somebody who was harassing her. That's a good example of somebody who actually uses that body image in a positive way. If you take all that shit away from it, and you just make it people doing things that apparently have no tie to it whatsoever, why are there so many people coveting it, right? And then, let's bring it down to the lowest common denominator then, even further. And let's put it in the context of Twitch. All of these people using sexuality, they're using that attention for views and money, much like Casanova is. That's to the same degree of Siren Cove, because Siren Cove used to be a cam girl. Is it unfair that now, in the capacity of making response videos and research videos, that people will recognize that she's attractive? Because she usually wears things that show off her body tattoos, because she has a lot of tattoos. Let me show you Siren Cove. Let me show you examples of Siren Cove. Actually, first off, let me turn this off and make sure that I turned on my safe search. It says moderate. Okay, I don't see anything horrible on here. I don't see any bad art that would get me banned. So let's turn that back on. Okay, this is Siren Cove. Right? She quit porn, started making videos again. This is a person who knows what it's like to be looked at. Actually, shit, there's a nude photo on there right there. Hopefully nobody saw that. But this person, they have tattoos all over their fucking body. They have a specific outlook. That and what Natalie's doing exists in the same space. The difference between them is that a cam girl is not lying. You know, she's not hiding. She's not mincing fucking words. Instead of them trying to come up with all of those techniques to bring attention to themselves without, admitting what they're doing, because it's a game, you see. It's a dance. A girl being coy saying, "Oh, come on, you know what I like, you know what I want," when talking to a guy that they're into. It's a game. Who's going to show that, who's going to blink first? It's like chicken. Like, you know that I'm into you. I know that I'm into you. So what's going on? What are you doing? What you want to do? Come on, make a move. Make a move. It's shit like that. The difference between a cam girl is that the cam girl is not bluffing. Right? She's gonna show it all. Twitch girl. A Twitch thought. There is no guarantee that it will ever happen. Because by site rules, it can't happen. Because if it does, they just jeopardize their future career. Right? If it happens, it's over. How many times did Legendary Lee flash her body parts on stream before she finally got banned? How long did her streamer boyfriend get banned when she exposed herself on his stream? How many times did that happen? How many cases and examples of that historically over the entirety of any channel? How many channels that are used by content creators who also have a Pornhub account. Because I remember this one distinctly. Because I remember seeing it back in, I want to say, November of last year. There was a girl who I saw streaming, I think it was Overwatch once. She had put the information for her Pornhub account on her Twitch account. And it goes directly to them making hardcore porn with, I assume it was either a media manager or a boyfriend. And it's linked there. And she talks about it on her social media page. It's fair enough to believe that in a situation like that, I can assume that the difference between one and the other is that one is not going to lie, and the other is. It hinges on it. It hinges on them never revealing that they're lying. And the second that they do is because they no longer have fear about lying about it anymore. Natalie doesn't have fear admitting that she's a hypocrite because she knows she can get away with it. If there was just no way for her to compete, she would be doing much, much more than the shit that she's been seen doing. 100% guarantee it. I don't doubt it for a single goddamn second. Let's see. Let's scroll down. Let's scroll down. Is there any more memes we can steal? I don't. This seems nice. I'm gonna take this one too. Just cause. You know, it doesn't hurt to collect. It doesn't hurt to collect. So let's continue. Let's continue going up. Here's another lie. I thought they moved on from this. Even one of the dancers had a convo with me about it, understood where I was coming from, stopped buying bullshit tropes to make it up, and agreed with me publicly. Like, move the fuck on. I have. Find a better use of your time than just to hate. This is a fucking lie. And the reason it's a fucking lie is very clearly that they said they didn't agree with you because it's not your industry, and that you pissed them off, and that she didn't hate you for it. She didn't make up and agree with her publicly. And I can prove that, because I showed that as part of my evidence. Let's get to it! Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Go back up. Go back up. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right? This is the woman who she says agreed with her, right? This is the dancer that confronted her and said, "You don't know what the fuck you're saying." Tell me, does this look like someone who's agreeing with her? If it is, please tell me where. Because I didn't find it. It doesn't exist. She wasn't agreeing with her at all. Like, in the first three things, she tells her outright, "Stop talking shit. You don't know anything." And what does Natalie reply with? What does she say? She says, "You say that you watched it and then claim that I bashed you and said your work isn't hard." That is what she did. Because she said, "See this? Booth babes, we don't do this in 2019. Cut it out. We're not using women's sexuality anymore." Now, I don't know if you all have seen it or not, but I also have that. I have that link. I had to download it the other day for the use of a thread. So right here, Bang Energy Dancers. Let's put this one up. Bring this up. This one down. Open another one. Open up another window capture. Where is it? Did it close it? Did it close it? No, it's right here. So let's go up here. Why is it not showing that window? Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, E3, we need you to come closer to the stage. Come closer to the stage.
Why does it keep... Thank you. Very annoying. Alright. Start off from the beginning, right? She says that these are booth babes. These are not booth babes. These are dancers. They are wearing a one-piece athletic leotard. Specifically, the kind that covers up the thigh. Specifically, the top of the thigh. So they're effectively wearing what is a stylized hot pants unitard. And what they're doing is shuffle dancing. Right? This is what they do for the entirety of the event, with a few breaks. And they choreograph this, right? These guys right here, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, these are spokesmen. And these are spokeswomen. They understand the product. They understand what they're talking about with the product. They're supposed to be expected to be able to answer those questions if asked by the audience. This guy is acting as a master of ceremonies, looking over the event and getting people to come in and come watch the girls shuffle dance. This is the thing that Netta Casanova got mad at. Right? Going back... Going back up here to the dumbass shit she said. She says that because of that tweet that she made, or excuse me, because of that Instagram post, it was an Instagram post, not a tweet. Because of that Instagram post that she made, she claims, oh no, I didn't disparage you, I didn't attack you, I didn't bash you, I didn't say that your work wasn't hard. I demanded more respect for you and hoped for a future where we could have booth babes without the grossy pervy viewies taking pictures of your asses and making everyone else around you uncomfortable. That's a fucking lie. That's not what you said, and I can prove it. I'm gonna prove it right now. Hopefully I can find a video that it displays it immediately. Let's go for it. ZombiiUnicorn. E3. E3 statement. Can we find it? Here we go. Right here.
We don't do booth babes.
At E3.
The company's at E3. It's 2019. Booth babes are nothing anymore. We don't do booth babes. Sexually objectifying women in ways that we don't need to be doing. So don't do it. Okay, cool. Thanks. 2019.
Current year. Current year, guys. She says it's current year. We don't do promotional models anymore. We don't want spokespeople that bring attention to our brands. We don't need to do that. That's clearly stupid. That's what that statement is. So no, that was a fucking lie. You're calling it unnecessary, and you're bashing her. You're bashing her fucking profession. That's the thing you did. Sorry, no, you lied. So bring that all the way back to here. This is a fucking lie. And people know that it is. And then we have this. This is a statement that I haven't seen yet. This got fucking ratioed. I wonder. Oh god, they fucking dunked on her about the bully hunter shit. Okay. Alright. So they dunked on her about bully hunters. Said block me block me so that I can retweet Keemstar's tweet. Wonderful. She's trying to get that G's full sponsorship. Let's get this bandwagon, my Twitter brothers. Good. Look at what Cliff Morgan said. I don't think she'll be getting a sponsorship anytime soon. What did Cliff Morgan said? What did they say? Cliff Morgan on Twitter. I must have seen this before. Cliff Gamma CEO. Cliff Morgan. Oh, shit! How did I retweet this and not notice? The fucking owner of G Fuel comes out and calls her a lying fucking... Oh, God. Ooh, it's spicy. And then they say this is not a good look to somebody who runs a brand. My fucking Christ. Ooh. She got clapped out because they tried this. And then of course they expose it because she got exposed. Oh, I gotta make a tweet about this. Let's capture this and let's tweet about this, shall we? Pick this up, put that in there. And then, let's see, go back down. Plane rocked. That. Going through. I'll use this one. I can bring up my stream career. Gotta do it live, folks. Gotta do it live. Okay. Bring that in. Right into the stream. Alright. Gotta make sure I'm one of those shooters out here in the streets for playing rock. I feel good. This stream was a very good use of my time. I'm having fun. Okay, So, let's go back up. Let's go all the way back up. So, this is very clearly a fucking joke. Don't you just love a good hate hoax? So let's keep going up. She posted one new tweet. What's the new tweet? Alright, that was the last thing that she actually posted. So the last actual public statement that she posted to try and bring attention to herself was basically her being used, abused, and fucking cruise missiled by her own narrative. So, no, Natalie has not learned her lesson. Natalie has not decided to stop lying from what the fuck she's doing. She hasn't learned from anything. Not a single goddamn thing. Because she keeps thinking that if she blocks people, that it's gonna erase what she's done. Like, if you wanted to do that, you'd have to erase your posts. But then if you erase your posts, then people are just gonna repost what the fuck you said. It's so painful. Oh my lord. Let's go to my thread. Retweet this so I can talk to this person later. Where is my tweet? I just made it. Or did I not send it? No, I sent it. Where is it? Is it tweets and replies? Yes, it is. Okay, here we go. Back to that. So, as we've seen and as we've demonstrated, it's all so tiresome, you know? It's fucking tiresome. It's fucking tiresome. My head. Let's look at the chat. Bring up the screen. Turn off this one. Don't need it anymore. Move. Let's go back to my timeline. Let's look at the chat. Scroll back up. Executives don't swear. Is it not even letting you say nippa? Let me check something. Because I have a good idea of what's going on. Because I know that there are some banned words that I have in my account settings. I know I have some. I know that they exist and that they're there. I want to see if it's still keeping it up. Because if it is, I should be able to allow that. Let me just double check it. It's not there. +35 subscribers in the last 28 days. That's delicious. Okay, let me see. Settings. Channel stuff. More channel stuff. While I'm here, let me add single player Carl to this. Save that setting. Back into settings. Other settings until all the features of it. You can change the Classic Creator Studio. Community. Default things. I don't have any blocked words. Okay, weird. Weird. Let's go to the live stream settings. Go to the dashboard. Then go into this. Nope, that does not take me to it. That doesn't take me to it either. Let's go back to YouTube. My channel. Go back to the stream. I can't find anything that's stopping you from doing it. Interesting. Okay, all right. Let me go to the live dashboard. Let me look through these settings. Nope. It doesn't show anything that allows me to fix it. Okay, here we go. No. Still allows people to have comments. Doesn't have anything on recording. Doesn't have anything holding you back. Let's go through this and do this thing real quick. Okay, looking at this. Enable live chat. Hold on. Automatically block spam messages. Automatically block simple spam, such as long messages in all caps. Ah, here we go. Here we are. Let's turn that baby off. Alright, now try and send your message. It tries to delete something that's the auto block spam message. So it says automatically block simple spam such as long messages in all caps or repeated identical messages by the same user. And I don't think there's any other moderation options here. Nah, I don't see one. Nope, don't see it. Okay. Take care of those settings. No comments for review. No things like spam. Yeah, I don't see any other things. I do not see any other things. I don't see any other options that would be stopping you. Alright, there we go. Yes, fun is allowed. Fun is allowed. Good. Good. I am glad. Let's turn the window back on. And let's go back to YouTube home. Let's go back to Twitter. Let's see what people have been sending to me. Alright. Now that we've checked on her, let's check on the fam. People retweeting me, people retweeting me, people retweeting me, people liking, retweeting. Ooh, Mom made another thing. Ooh. Ooh. He probably should have my new one in here. So let me see. Where is my face? Ah, yes. Here I am. Oh. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's so nice. Better looking at this on stream. Get that to that later. Some praise. Nice. Okay. Banter amongst the fam. More banter amongst the fam. Jesse Insanity. Twitch.tv, Jesse Insanity. Let's investigate. To whom do I owe the pleasure? Positive Insanity. Okay. They are not online right now. Streamed last 15 days ago. I will communicate with this person on a later convenience. Okay. Alright, so that pretty much brings the stream to a conclusion. Seen everything we needed to see. Talked about everything we needed to talk about. Nothing else that I can really, cover. Nothing else I can really talk about for the moment. Also, I need to get up and do something really quick, so I'll be right back. See if we can transition this into something else. Take this over to Twitch and whatnot. Play some video games. Ugh. Before I walk off, I should give you something to listen to. We've been listening just to me going over and laughing like a hyena at the stupidity of life as it is. But we should enjoy some music. So who here in the audience likes themselves some Toku? Because I like me some Toku. We're going to listen to some Toku. Listen to some good-ass music, shall we? We're on YouTube. Might as well use it. Who here likes Garo? I'm not gonna wait for people to respond. I'm just gonna go get Garo. Let's see here. Which one? Which one would I like to show? While I'm off stream, while I'm walking away doing this thing, I'll come back and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. But, so, while I'm walking away, and I go do the thing I gotta do, I'll come back and tell you what we're gonna do next. So, I'll be right back. Alright, I have returned. Okay, so looking back at the notifications, they want the links to stream. Link to the stream. Alright, so. What I want to do is I want to go. Oh god, they fucking added the Avengers deleted scene. What? Stupid. That's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. Alright. Alright, Mariner, you can dip. You can go to sleep, my dude. But I'm gonna probably transition over to Twitch. Gonna give myself 15 minutes to drink something, to eat something, and then I'll be back. So I'll see you guys over there on Twitch. I don't know what I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna pick something out of random and just, you know, do it for a couple of bit. If I don't stream, actually no, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over there and stream myself some more Fallout. I haven't done Fallout in a bit, so I gotta go do that. Put this in there. Okay. Talk to Ma about this. Give Ma my link. Stand my shit. Alright. So, I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna eat something. And I'll be back over on twitch.com/demsates though. I'm probably going to end up rebranding that very soon, so it's much easier. It's going to end up being single player Carl, but it's much catchier. But for now, that's still the link. DSD, them shades though. See you guys there. If you're dipping out for the night, good night, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Mwah! Good night, everybody.